Alright. Alright, Miyako. Not sure why 4 reported when I fulfilled the request, but alas, 'tis how it is. I'm feeling a bit, it's one of those days where I didn't really feel like I woke up. Like, you just get out of bed at some point, you're just so, like, hazy and non-functional, so I'm just kind of going with the flow, and the flow told me, hey, go and fuck around a bit in Sekiro. So here we are. Hopefully a bit of a more chill stream, generally speaking. Not sure where exactly we're going. I'm tempted to go and kill all of these lads once to see if they drop anything, but there's a lot of them over here. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe I'll go back to the initial ones we found that we were setting out with the other monks. Let's do that instead. There's one in here, and there was one even earlier. Where exactly is that? Oh, that's the main entrance. Yeah, that should be good. Let's start with this one. Need to find a way to actually deal with these properly. Maybe some oil and fire. Let's try that. Oil and fire are generally a good combination to deal with people that you don't find very appealing. Like, hey, you guys are annoying here. Get set on fire. I've already forgotten where I'm going. We jump down to the right here, don't we? Yeah. Or is that only further side stuff? Do we actually go the other way? I have no idea. No, we go up here. Very good. Oh yeah, we also got the new thing. We got the ninjutsu where we can puppeteer people. Haha. So instead of the blood cloud thing that we did, we can now basically mind control people temporarily, which basically just means they fight for you for a moment. There are, however, I think 2 instances where that has a secondary use as well. One of which we just ran past, but we'll do that later. I think we actually need to do that later. I don't think we have access to that just yet. Like, we don't benefit from going that path just yet. Hi, guy. There's a big boy here somewhere. Don't know where exactly he's hanging out. I'd like to find and backstab him first. Maybe he's behind the shrine. In which case, maybe I'll just start with one of the regular monks. Sure, let's do that. Let's start with one of the regular monks. Hello. Least first people in the world. Yep, he was behind the main shrine. And he is already upset. Fair enough. Bonk. Bonk. As long as I don't parry these thrust attacks, actually do them in really quickly. Very nice. Oh. That being said, if I don't parry, I also get done in very quickly. I couldn't move to the right here for some reason. I think the game counted this little ledge as, like, you don't want to drop down here or something while I was staggering. That was kind of weird. Like, I was hammering dash to the right just to get out of dodge because I didn't want to be cornered for fairly obvious reasons. But game had none of it. That was a bit more awkward than I wanted it to be. Fuck's sake. He only needs... He only needed one more hit, but I just couldn't get the attack to connect. That's what I thought. Oh my lord, my timing is terrible. There we go. Bit more clumsy than I would have liked. But we got there in the end. Okay, let's get rid of all these fucking bugs. I should have done that immediately. They've been kind of annoying me. I think they might have even gotten in the way a little bit of my movement during the fight. Hard to tell though. They're pretty small and difficult to notice. Down you go, sunshine. 'Sunshine. 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 ' Lump of fat wax. Maybe that did seem like a bit more of a rare material, so maybe it's worth going around and killing these guys. Hard to say. I mean, as long as we can just backstab them like that, it's not like it's hard effort. Maybe we can do that to the other one as well. Let's go find out. One thing I keep noticing stream after stream of this game is that there's a lot of dialogue in pretty large chunks as well, which is a little bit awkward. Like we had I think over 30 minutes of just dialogue at the start of last stream, for example, and then we still meet the odd person that we talk to. I probably didn't notice it as much before because like I said before, I usually skim through the dialogue, or at least like read the subtitles and then just go through the lines, so it doesn't extend for as long. But when I'm streaming it and actually letting all the lines play out, it's quite a bit of time spent just sitting there listening to people. Noticed myself getting a little bit impatient with that yesterday. Like being very tempted to start skipping some of the lines. I think as long as I just keep going, we should be fine here. I don't think they can follow me into this courtyard. How you going? Oh, I wonder if the response is different depending on which side they're parrying from. Like maybe if he parries from the right, he'll always go for the immediate retaliation, whereas if he parries from the left, he'll try to fuck off or something. Do some cheeky shit. I'm surprised by how much the death blow recovery increases our health every time we kill someone, like we death blow someone. I didn't remember it being that strong. But we're getting a pretty large chunk of health every time we finish someone. Very nice. Yeah, these guys aren't crossing the threshold there, and they also know exactly where I am. That's a bit cheeky. I don't know why I keep wanting to jump at people. I noticed this yesterday. Maybe it's a Elden Ring thing, because jump attacks in Elden Ring are actually really slow. But I say jumping at someone is not really a great idea, unless you're also using it to avoid something. Yeah, okay, so my theory is wrong about which side they're parrying, determining which follow-up attack they do. Nice of the first guy we meet afterwards, so immediately inform me. You, and then we can start taking out the guys in the courtyard. Aww. I'm usually pretty decent at judging spacing in this kind of game. But something about Sekiro seems to mess me up a little bit in that regard. Can we maybe just start with the immortal one? Because if we get that backstab on him, that'd be pretty nice. Don't think I can get all the way around without these guys noticing though, so let's just start with the monsters normal. He was still in yellow awareness, so I thought maybe we can run over and get a quick backstab on him for free. No. Speaking of my spacing being short. I heard someone go on the left side of me, so I was worried, but I think he's just getting ready for the stance. Yeah, he was getting into the "oh fuck you up" stance. Here's the beat man behind me as well. Hope he doesn't push out too far. Man, these guys stumbled you to absolute shit. And they're monks as well, like it all fits together. Okay, they have zero awareness though, I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's like monks evolutioned from monkeys or something. Like they just shortened their name because it's more elegant. Really? You just noticed me from all the way there. I kind of want him to reset, but I don't think I can ever sneak up on him really. So maybe we'll try the oil plus flame thing that I was talking about earlier. That didn't do super well, but it's not that bad either. No, fuck's sake. I seem to not build any posture damage on them by attacking, which is kind of odd. Okay, there we go. Never mind. There we go. It's just hard to judge the amount of posture damage, I guess. Right, let's see if you also dropped the Fat Wax Lump. Nope, he just dropped some medicine and a pretty pathetic amount of money. Okay, that's not worth killing these guys then. I seem to remember them all dropping something like unique or something good in general, but I guess I was wrong. Put the Ichimonji back on. I don't really need the Mortal Blade attack that much. It's pretty strong, but I don't know. We'll figure it out over time. Anything else I want to do now that we have this thing? I think we'll just go back to the Dilapidated Temple for now. We could cure Dragon Rot as well. Some people got infected earlier when we were going through the temple yesterday. Since I kept dying. Yeah, this merchant has become the sick. Anything new over here? We can probably upgrade something. We actually have a pretty good pile of money on our hand for a change. Oh yeah, we have the Monkey Mage drink. Let's think about who we give that to later. I don't think we have a new prosthetic tool, do we? No, so let's upgrade. Gouging Top. And I'm not sure it can pierce enemies with its sharp blade. Taking a moment to further bend the spring and build rotational energy will cause the blade to rotate after landing, damaging the enemy multiple times on hit. Okay. Kinda wanna upgrade the Flame Dent, I think that'd be nice to have. But apparently we are missing the specific tool we need for this to unlock the rest of this line. I think I know which tool it is, and I think I know where we get it, just not how to get to that specific place, if that makes sense, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Sure, let's just upgrade this, and then we can go into this line. Proof Tsubimaru. Due to the revised mechanism, one can fluidly swap between two separate sets of attacks as desired. Has a blue rust poison, not sure where I got red from, has a blue rust poison applied to the blade that eats into enemy's defense and affects poison status abnormality. You just, like, flurry away, or just during combat any time, just go over to the regular sword attacks. Finds your body and can also be used for evasion. You know what? That reads pretty interesting. Let's just buy it and see. We haven't tried that thing out at all just yet. Not quite auto combo, but pretty close, yeah. So let's say just using the thing itself would look something like this. I am on the flame then, very good. I see. Very fancy, but at any time during this I can also just go into regular attack. Okay. I don't remember the poison status being all that good, unfortunately, so I'm not sure how much us that is. But I guess we'll give it a try. Oh, we can also talk to this mate again. We have some new stuff for him as well, since he's immortal and we now have a way of getting rid of his immortality. Let's see.
不思議りだ。なんと、誠にあったか。ならば、そこもとよ。不思議りで、我が死なずを絶ってはくれぬか。
Sure, we can end him if he wants to. So, since you weren't here, this guy has been sitting at the Dilapidated Temple. He's a soldier that apparently got infested with some shit, and now he's immortal, kind of in the same way that the monk mates were immortal and just came back to life. When we first met him, he's like, hey, you look swole, please fight me, and then we fought him and quote-unquote killed him, and he gets back up like, oh wow, impressive, you're really good at this shit. And he offered to be our training dummy, basically, like a body that can't die and allows me to hone my techniques on him, so you can practice stuff like the various techniques and like parrying and that sort of shit. but he doesn't really have anywhere to go or anything to function with, so he was just hanging out here and being our training partner. And now that we have the Mortal Blade, we can, like, he asked, like, hey, could you maybe do me in? And I say, yeah, sure.
承知した。かたじけない。底本の腕ならば苦しまず行けるというものだ。の？ああ、任せろ。関城殿にも礼を言わねば。次に底本が来るまでに死での準備をしておこう。
Yeah, once again the game does a pretty good job of, I don't know if that means we should rest or not, but I'll just quickly rest to give him some time. But yeah, I don't know if, or like, I don't know many IPs, many stories, many things that work really properly with the concept of having characters be immortal or undying. Like, this game has multiple instances where it puts the concept of, hey, this person can't die to actual use as a tactical or a plot-wise advantage rather than just, oh yeah, like he just comes back to life, lol, that's it. Like, it's pretty rare for stories to take advantage of that. And this guy, for example, being like, hey, you can just be my, like, I can be your training dummy, you can fight me over and over if you want, is an interesting and clever and ultimately good use of immortality. Same with Sekiro being like, hey, Mortal Blade kills you when you draw it, well, I don't mind that, I can just come back to life. Like, that sort of shit I find is pretty cool and a pretty fun way of going about things. Ultimately, it's still a little bit weird, of course. You could argue, hey, we got our hand cut off at the start. Shouldn't that grow back if we're immortal? Like, what if someone kills us and cuts our body into 50 tiny pieces and spreads them across the world? How does immortality interact with that? So, like, inherently, it's a kind of a weird and shitty power to have in your story because it automatically invites dumb questions and plot holes like that. But at the same time, I like when stories, at least, when they have this sort of function, at least, like, do something with it, which is neat.
ようやく行ける。追い腹を切れなんだ無念。ようやく。
Nice.
覚悟は変わらぬか。ああ。底本に切られたいのだ。承知。さあ、やれい。
I remember some silly game of yore where you played as a zombie and you could detach your hand and have it fuck around, or detach your head and have that fuck around in certain places. Oh. Why did I not get the prompt the first time? Oh, I have to stand in a specific spot. Do I have to stand flyways? I have to stand flyways, okay. And of course, his immortality as well is based on being infected by some sort of centipede monstrosity. He drops us the Hidden Tooth. False tooth loaded with secret shinobi drug, blue in color. Can be used repeatedly. Crush the blue nostrum between the back teeth to die as often as one pleases. Could be useful in certain situations. Truly an unnecessary reminder, but the first death is typically one's last. So we found a pill before that we can use as a strategic item to die, and de-aggro mobs basically, and now we have the permanent version of that we can use over and over if we want to. Where else? Okay, let's go back to Kuro and get a next set of plot dumped at us then. We also have the rice that we can probably give to Kuro, that the Divine Child gave us, like the Rejuvenation Child. Oh, anything to say? Oh yeah, we can drink with Emma as well. One healing seed for you. Nothing new otherwise. I'd really like to have this drink with Ishin because I think Ishin is the most fun drinking partner, like the most fun person to listen to.
狼、その背中の刀はもしや。
不思議にございます。
それが死なぬ者を殺すという刀か。
はい、千宝寺の越智の巫女より授かりました。
越智の巫女。
千宝寺の者たちは僧を捨て死なずの探求に魅了する。
This is actually pretty fucked up to have this like.
その末に生まれた。
I should not.
偽りの流因を持つ者。それが越智の巫女たちです。
偽りの流因。そのようなものが。待て。巫女たちと言ったか。
はい、 多くの落ちの巫女が作られ、されど生き残ったのはただ一人にございます。
流因はやはり人のありようを歪めてしまうか。不死立ちなさねばな。
御意。
But yeah, it's pretty fucked up to have this order of people that are like, hey, we can maybe try to become immortal, and they... I don't know if it's ever explicitly stated either, like, try to create children of, like, rejuvenation or whatever, probably by infecting them with this centipede stuff, this parasite sort of stuff, and try to create something that makes people immortal this way. I don't know how or whatever, but like this concept of experimenting with children with this like centipede parasite bullshit is pretty fucked up. And in general, I think Kuro's attitude to, hey, this immortality stuff only just makes people go completely crazy and only brings corruption and shit to the world. I don't want this in the world, so let's end this shit, I think is a pretty good one. So it's nice to just be sort of in line with the main character's ambitions and stuff in that regard. Like, I think it's a generally good idea. Yes, Nord powdered centipedes become invincible. Umbrella Workday, yeah. Redman Mango? Speaking of Umbrella Workday, the in Dead by Daylight there's a new update, and the Blight there's some new Resident Evil skins. Notably, the Blight has a skin that turns him into Birkin from Resi 2 now, which is pretty cool. Like, he has different voice lines, and he has a big old eye on the shoulder, and this pipe that he swings, and different sounds and shit. Pretty well made skin overall. And Jill also got a skin for that turns her into Claire from Revelations 1, where she has that diving suit and shit. Also looks pretty good. But yeah, just Umbrella Workday made me think of that immediately. Anyway, anything else to say?
戦況に至るための子集めも進んできたな。狼よ、引き続き頼むぞ。源の後期、源の落ちた林こと。ああ、そなた。香炉の残り川嗅いでみたか？
いいえ。
そうか。ならば後で嗅いでみるとよい。かすかだが、何やら香りが残っておるように思う。
Sure, let's have some incense. Burner smells faintly of sakura flowers.
巫女様、香炉の残り香を嗅いでみました。
おお、そうか。どうじゃった？
はい、何やら木くずのようなものが残っていました。そしてかすかに桜のような香りが。
おお、そなたもそう思ったか。ただあの香り、桜のようでいて少し違う。
Fake sakura flowers. Basically
ど
vegan
うした
version.
狼？
あの香り、どこか懐かしい。
嗅いだことがあるのか？
おそらくは。ですが思い出せません。
そういえばエマ殿が昔城の裏手に桜の木があったと言っていた。それが関係あるやもしれぬな。
Anything else?
戦況に至ると香炉に残っておじゃが。
Okay.
行
Never
くか、
mind.
狼。
お主に尋ねたいことがある。
はい、何でしょう。
城の裏手の桜についてだ。
床桜のことですね。
I'll try to find that now.
タケル様が故郷より持ってこられた桜です。
つまり戦況の桜か。
はい。あれは不思議な桜で、春に限らず常しえに咲いておりました。ですが床桜の木も花ももうありません。枯れてしまったのです。
何故枯れた？
枝を倒り花を持ち去った者がいます。花をなくした床桜はやがて枯れ果てました。床桜の木そのものが失われてしまったのです。狼本に九郎様の
So yeah, let's try finding this Everblossom Sakura flower tree. That's the thing I was talking about yesterday, with the area of the castle that I cannot remember how to get to, so let's see if we can find it. It can't be that difficult to find, I'm just probably being a complete idiot. Just go down here and see if we find a path. I mean, in a world with immortality and that sort of shit. Oh hey, it's right down here, I think. Yep, this is exactly the place I was looking for last time. Oh, that was easy. Oh, it's on the other side of this bridge, I see. I wonder what the quote-unquote intended path was for you to get down here. Oh, we even found this connection and I didn't... No, never mind. Oh, it was through here and I looked at this and I must have thought this was the reservoir. I thought maybe I'll come back down the stairs later and just kinda struck it from my memory. Never mind, wiped it from my memory even. Well done, that was not difficult. This is the building with the hole in the roof that I was talking about. I upset every man in the game. Not quite, one guy was just hanging out there though. Oh yeah, right, there's a cannon dude here somewhere. Whoops. Oh well, so this is fine. Perfect time for him to guard break. I'll try to do this necessarily, let me try to stay somewhat mobile, lest the cannon man blows me up. Yeah, that was pretty well layered onto the animation. Not sure I could have avoided it. I guess I could stop fighting around this tower. Ow. That was even better layered. He's getting better at the making his attacks more meaty. It's not great. I can't see shit, and man just fucking decks me and then places another explosion directly on top of my body as I get up. Alright then. I couldn't even see if I was like staggered or hanging off the thing or whatever. Very good. I legitimately can't even land before that becomes a problem. I don't think my piddly shuriken can do anything to you. I am dead. Oh, never mind. We found something to grapple. That was pretty lucky. I had to just jump to the side. Jesus Christ, how does he have an angle on that even? Okay, we should let him reset and then we can stealth up there and kill him. I wanted to fight him regularly, but that seems pretty ass on this tower, where he will always have the advantage. Or is that just the second one that's currently shooting? Didn't see that cannonball. No, it's probably just him. Okay, let's wait for him to... No, that is the second one. He wasn't even upset at me. I couldn't lock onto him. Well, he finally pushed himself off the thing. Not that it's put him in a much better spot for me to deal with. There we go, finally. They don't even just have one, they have two. That's OP. At least they don't have stickies. They do spam in a very similar vein though, so it doesn't really matter that they don't have stickies. Can I please grapple up there? Jesus Christ. That is so hard to see with the fucking roof fading into and out of existence. There we go. Yes, thank you, that is exactly where I wanted to grapple. Why can I not grapple onto the roof? I thought you were supposed to be able to. Okay, I guess we can't grapple onto this roof unlike the other one. Hey, guy. die. I'm being sneaky up there. We'll talk to them in a second. A lot of random junk loot. So I'm not sure I've rambled enough about this, but I find it so confusing that they made it so that the game always pauses when you pick up an item. Even if it's some super minor shit like ceramic shards or or ceramic? Is it ceramic or ceramic actually? What do you guys say in the Old England? Anyway, fistful of ashes, that sort of shit. Like even the most generic, worthless, pointless items, the game always pauses so you can see, hey, you picked up one of these, and then there's 3 more. Ceramic or it. So. And I don't know why they did that, because the Souls games don't do that, Elden Ring doesn't do that, none of the other games in the franchise pause the game whenever you pick up a random junk item or anything like that. Yet this game, which is fairly like intense, often very action-focused, pretty fast-paced and stuff, like breaks its flow and tempo entirely by just pausing every time you pick something up. Or with its tutorial pop-ups as well. At least for the tutorials I can get it, because the game can be pretty hard, so forcing the player to actually... well, not forcing per se, but like heavily encouraging the player to actually read the thing is understandable. But for item pickups, I just don't understand why they did that. Anyway.
だからよせっつったんだけどな。まったくしつこくって嫌になるぜ。めんどくせえ。おめえはヨタカの衆か？いいよ。まあそうだろうな。風情がちげえ。だがどうやら同業だ。俺は黒笠のムジナ。おめえは？愛想のないこった。しつこい追っ手に仏頂面の忍び。アシナの連中も外で騒いでな。まったくいい日だね。お主、抜け人か。まあそんなところだ。ところでよ、ちっと銭が入りようなんだが、品はあれど裁くあてがねえ。おめえみたいな
Not sure where you're keeping your goods.
待ってたところだぜ。
Yeah, I mean, on some level, sure, but first of all, you're not forced to pick shit up in combat. It just happens sometimes, either by accident while you're hoovering up stuff, or if you're like willing to just quickly grab something while you fuck off. And second, if you have like these loot piles like we just had by this tree with 3 items right next to each other, you're pausing the game 3 times to tell me, hey, you found a ceramic shard, hey, you found a fucking fistful of ash, congratulations. I don't know, like, you can already pause the game with the menu button whenever you want to. The game is actually paused in the equipment menu and stuff, unlike the Souls games, so you can pause whenever, which is nice, and I think that's a good thing, personally. But as a result, you don't need the game to pause when you pick up an item. Like, it's not like you're in the middle of combat and go like, oh god, I hope I find something to pick up, so the game pauses for a moment so I can like catch my breath or whatever. It's a very forced interruption that is very like awkward in my humble opinion. Like, I don't think it's... I legitimately see absolutely no positives from having it that way, and it like kind of annoys me every time it happens. Not enough to the point where I'm like, oh fuck, this game's unplayable, like, oh, this is terrible, worst shit I've ever seen. But definitely in a way where I'm wondering why they did that at all. Like, why would you... like, I don't know. Anyway.
俺の見立てによるとだ。おめえにはこの鉄線なんざ似合うだろうよ。こいつがありゃ、矢でも鉄砲でも、なんなら大筒だってなんとかなら。
He's talking about a thing that he's selling. We haven't checked his inventory yet. He sells Iron Fortress, an iron fan made in the Far West. Can be fit into the Shinobi prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. Experienced iron-ribbed fan users can deflect arrows and even bullets using this tool. Passed down through generations of assassins serving Senpo Temple, it wouldn't be surprising if the next owner decided its weight was impractical. And we have the anti-death blow text. Combining them the Shinobi martial art anti-air death blow. I should also read. Reading would be helpful. Anti-air death blow, skill unlocked upon acquiring this item, a technique which serves the shinobi who is not bound by the earth in battle. Leap towards an opponent who has exposed himself in mid-air and strike, killing him before he hits the ground. Sure, I think we want both of those. I don't think we need the sugar or the bite down.
俺の見たこいなんな銭がたまるまではここにいるからよ。気が向いたらまた寄ってくれや。
We should have a bunch of money in pouches though, so we should be good. Not sure how much we need, but this should be... Yep, that covers us.
次から次へな。おめえ知ってるか？このアシナの城にはな、
So I've been
外から
told...
のネズミがワンサと来てら、そういったネズミをよ、バッタバッタと切りまくるおっかねえジジイがいるんだぜ。
Fine man though.
天狗の面か。おお、おめえも見たのか。ああ、話だ。そいつは驚きだ。よくまだ首がつながってるもんだな。この足なの。天狗の。
Right then. So we can now apparently do the thing with anti-air death blows. Sounds like I don't need to actually buy this from the skill menu, so we should just have the ability to death blow people in the air now. Very fine. Oh, we can also turn in the pinwheel thing. Then we can also have the booze with probably Ishin. Well, let's explore the rest of this little side area first. I don't think this goes anywhere. Other side of the broken bridge. What is over there? Which place is that? Oh, that's where we were very early at the start. Over here we go to the demon bell. That's a little jumpy down path, and then this side is where we first met the serpent. We were chased the first time. It's a dead guy. I thought that was someone to loot or interact with. Never mind. He was already dead, as they say. Anything down here? Some swig. Yeah, this is where we were chased by the snake through the valley. Good thing that's over and we'll never come back. Right, so we found the side path. Very good. I don't know how I missed this so hard last time. But it's not like we were really missing out on much anyway. Not a big deal. Right, let's go back to the temple and get ourselves the prosthetic upgrade. Or not even just upgrade, the new tool. Should be the last one if I recall correctly. Okay, let's also have a drink with the orangutan man. With those monkey booze. As Fandango was suggesting last time. New prosthetic tool. Loaded umbrella. Prosthetic tool created by fitting an indestructible iron-ribbed umbrella to the arm. Cost spirit emeralds to use. When spread open, it will protect against attacks from all directions. Hold it out while moving to protect from light attacks. But this is an umbrella after all. It won't protect you from low attacks such as sweep attacks. Hold R2 for shelter, and then RT the enemy attack. Did I say R2? Doesn't really matter, it's the same thing. Umbrella deflect. Spread the umbrella to deflect enemy attacks. Umbrella deflects are easier to time than sword deflects. And we're still missing one. Fuck. Oh, it's the whistle. Right, we get that plot-wise soon. Never mind. We have a magnet for the umbrella. When spread open, it will protect against attacks from all directions. Hold it out. Has a tempered magnetic shaft that makes it nearly unbreakable. Enemy attacks can be deflected by spinning the open umbrella. Huh. While using shelter, LB as enemy attacks to spin. Sure. Give it a look. Why not? Aged Feather Mist Raven. What does this do? Can be performed not only from the assumed stance, but also after taking damage. I see. So instead of just having to do it like a parry, you can also, like, just after taking damage, do it to reposition. Not sure how useful that is. We have a lot of money, so we should probably spend that on something, and upgrades may as well be the place to dump money. So let's get the Mist Feather. Mist Raven Feather. Now we need actual materials, which we are out of. Never mind then. Alright, let's have a drink with you. Here, have some monkey booze, old man.
酒を持ってきた。
猿酒か。相も変わらず辛い酒だ。だが、これが懐かしい。
よく飲んでいたのか。
猿どもの住む谷。そこで忍び修行をしておった。
一人か。
いや、二人でじゃな。わしらははぐれ忍び。まともな死はもはやおらなんだ。ゆえに落ちれば死ぬる谷でただひたすらにかけ飛び刃を交える。そのような修行を重ねた。じき猿と変わらぬほどには動けるようになったわ。
Well, I got a cramp last night trying to sleep, so I'm almost on the same level.
わしはこの猿酒を飲んだ。そしてあやつの泣き虫の指笛を聞いた。
泣き虫？
変わった指輪があってな。それをはめて指笛を吹くと谷に悲しげな音が響き渡るのじゃ。不思議とわしはその音が好きでな。よう吹いてもらったものよ。わしはじゃその
Alright then. Bit of backstory for this old monkey man. Right. Anything else we want to do before we just move on? Oh yeah, I wanted to get this new skill that we unlocked for more loot. More loot is always fine. Most virtuous deed. Increases the amount of sun obtained from enemies and improve item drop rates. Yep, we want that as well. Increases the latent skill devotion. Increases the amount of time a Buddhist candy is effective when used. That's actually pretty decent, I think. I haven't used them at all yet, but these candies you can use to temporarily buff yourself are actually pretty small, from what I remember at least. Don't think we'll end up using them much, maybe for the final boss, because that guy likes to kick my ass quite a bit. But, yeah, it's just good to keep in mind. So next 4 points go into even more loot. Appreciate that. Where do we want to go? Actually, I can... How many Spirit Emblems do we have? Okay, we have 242. I was gonna say, I can just dump some of my remaining money into Spirit Emblems, because that way we don't waste the money when next we die, but nope, we have 240, so I think we're good for a while. I tend to be pretty conservative with that shit, because I don't use the Shinobi tools all that much, so I don't spend a lot of them, but maybe I should do that more. Right, so where are we going? I think we're going to the gun fort, right? We got the key for the gun fort. I don't remember where to get there, though. I think it was here by the Great Serpent Shrine. Shrine. Cannot speak, 'tis normal. Oh. Alright, mate. Seems like he's found another rat to kill. Hello.
おお、Sekiroか。これは。ナイフのネズミどもよ。こやつらはどこからでも入り込む。切ってもキリがないわ。時にSekiro、極めたか。まだ足りぬわ。Sekiroよ。さらにキリ。
I think we get something from him if we fully master the Shino style or whatever, as in like get all the skills from that, or maybe the last one from any of the esoteric texts that we've found. I haven't really done that yet, so he is right to be upset in that regard. I think we just jump over here, right? Yeah, very good. Or eel liver, always important to have enough of that. Not much on fish, but I think eel was alright last I tried it. Doesn't taste very intense and very fishy, if that makes sense. That's probably why I'm okay with it. thing over here as well. And a direction over here to follow. If I remember correctly, this path is the optional side path that leads to a dead end fairly quickly, so let's go there first. If I recall correctly, we'll also meet some Manor of Satan over there, so let me equip this Divine Confetti that we've been hoarding but not using yet. Actually, there's a gunmate there first, which is kind of normal for the area. I was always hesitating there because I wasn't sure whether he was gonna actually commit to the attack and just poise through my own hood. Can I just jump up here? I can, very fine. It's pretty rare that the game makes you do parkour in this manner, where you just jump over to a ledge and then like double jump up it and climb up. Yeah, just wiggle your sword. They'll probably miss because they're very confused at what the fuck you're even doing and where the fuck you got a katana in the first place. Here's someone stomping around, I think. Oh yeah, there's not really stomping, is it? It's just you getting ready to shoot me. The thing is, though, you also then need to immediately back it up by stabbing the guy. Right, I'll be just lying around here. Pacifying agent. There's a bit of a pool of water. More pacifying agents. Right, so I guess we can't do the thing here just yet, and I was worried for nothing. That's alright though. There's some manner of side quest later where we have to fight 4 assholes spread across the map, and I think this is one of the places where you fight one of them. Hence me bringing the Divine Confetti in. Oops, I fell. Goodbye. I do appreciate that you don't immediately die in this game when you fall off a cliff. Whee! One thing I like about Sekiro is that we now have 2 swords, but instead of doing the typical, oh yeah, we dual wield our fancy swords and some sort of ninja technique thing, we instead use them one at a time for a purpose, basically. It's a little bit more like a Witcher would maybe have a sword for one purpose and a sword for another purpose, rather than, oh, we have 2, so now we dual wield, because that makes sense. That was close, almost. Slow to weapon it. Basically. Katana for regular enemies, Mortal Blade for things that just won't stay fucking dead. Sounds like a good principle. You say that. I think even in the zone with a good rifle, you can just take out just about anything. Maybe not the sort of bolt-action rifle, but more the automatic variety, since that game is a bit more high-tech compared to Hunt or something, but I've seen you dump plenty of assault rifle bullets into various mutants. Hi, guy. You don't notice me. Never mind, you do actually notice me. I call bullshit. Illegal. Illegal noticing of sneaking shinobi. Yeah, but at that point you're being very specific and very picky about which gun for which specific enemy rather than the more broad shotgun for monsters, rifle for mates. But hey, a gold seed lying around. Very fine loot for our alternate path. Why is there's no NPC or anything here? Didn't remember there being one here, but it's still a little bit of a weird-ass camp. Oh. Can't complain about a gourd seed. Don't you dare mention slugs in my house. Goodbye, lizard. Maybe that lizard is there to tell you where to go. I mean, if you look down, you'll notice it anyway, I don't know. To be fair, there'd be much less heresy in a different kind of environment. Like in Stalker, I would not mind. Oh, there's a... Oh, he's right behind us. Man, surprisingly well camouflaged for... Not really addressing that much into it. Fuck. Ow. Yeah, they just keep making shooting games that aren't Stalker. I don't know why either. Feels like Stalker's got the market covered. And by Stalker, we all mean the 1 or 2 really good mods that one could play very long term. Don't you just poise through everything? Okay, at least you also shot through my body behind me and thus I was safe. Ow. Fuck's sake. Mate, could you take posture damage from attacks at some point, please? Multi-purpose sniper rifles, yeah, that's probably a pretty apt description. It's also very much why I dislike them. That's where we came from, isn't it? I think we jumped down from here. See, I don't need multi-purpose, one-shot, fake sniper rifles / shotguns in my PvP games that one-shot me from 30 meters distance. Like, hey, you buy a shotgun because you're like, I want to one-shot people at close range, but I take the risk that if I'm at long range, I won't be able to do anything. And then you just buy ammo that says, lol, fuck that, I'm competent at all ranges. Hello, guy. That's not how you say hello.
ぽっとりで噂以上よ備えなきは無謀であったわ
Yeah, noobs. Don't go in unprepared.
懐かしい先方寺の鐘が聞こえら
I like that we got about a minor slug shotgun round while playing Sekiro. Very good. I guess the guy did just literally have a shotgun, so it's not that off topic, but we were talking about that before even the shotgun showed up. Anyway, so this is the part where we die. So in this gun fort, there are, as the name would imply, a shit ton of gunmates around, and I get stuck on something and then I die. Very good. And there's also this guy. Oh right, that's a grab, not the sweep. I thought that was a sweep. Ow. Damn, those attacks are much faster than I remember. I thought they all went slightly slow. Surprise, bitch, I'm back. I actually can't dodge in time now from the kick? No way. Hey. Okay. Fuck, slightly off. Yeah, that is a true combo. Goddamn, alright then. Yeah, gravity is ultimately, even if the fall isn't an insta-kill, still the final boss in these games. You just cannot beat gravity. Alright, so these guys pop up, I think, 3 times over the game. And they are pretty notorious. For me, they're kind of weird enemies because they shouldn't be super hard, but something about their like patterns and their movements and shit makes them really difficult for me for some reason. Like, I never... What the fuck? How did that grab me out of this guy? That worked so well last time. Okay, who needs aim when you can just fire and have infinite hyper armor? I pressed the wrong button. So with the difficulty things that we have going, they're actually pretty tough, but normally they're not supposed to be this tough, I don't think. It's just the timing for the various gunshots is so, like, arbitrary in a way. How the fuck is that not good enough? I remember jumping over their grabs usually, because if you time it correctly, you get to counterattack them right away. Whereas if you try to dodge laterally, they might catch you like that and kill you anyway. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I think jumping is probably the best idea. Maybe I can dodge behind them, but they do track pretty hard. Like, they had absolutely no issue doing like a above 90-degree turn there multiple times. I could try to go backwards and like sprint away backwards, make enough distance that way. That's probably the safest way. Generally, when you start sprinting away from things in Sekiro, things won't catch you anymore because you're too fast, but that also means that I need to react pretty quickly and then be ready to sprint away at a moment's notice, which I'm not too fond of. Yeah, and also turning back around is a bit of a pain in the ass. Maybe just dodging backwards if I identify it correctly. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Maybe I can refine that a bit. For fuck's sake, I am struggling so much with judging the fucking distance in this game, and I don't know why. I think I'm always a tiny bit off with so many attacks in this game, even though that's normally one of the things I do decently well in games. I'm not sure how you missed that. I guess that was the fancy shooting pose that you did. Ah, fuck. Very slightly off the timing. Yeah, I should have them now if my fucking concentration wouldn't be just about the most fickle thing. Well, the issue with the aggressiveness is, if I am not aggressive, their posture bar resets. So, oh yeah, you weren't here in the early streams, so I'll explain it again. This game has an interesting system with how you kill people. There's the health bar and there's the posture bar. The posture bar gets built up by taking damage and by like having your attacks parried and that sort of shit. So if I parry their attack, they will like get some posture and shit. However, there's a mechanic that you probably didn't figure out from just watching. If I let up, their posture does recover, of course, but their health does not recover. Either way, once the posture bar is full or their health bar is empty, I can death blow them to finish them. That part is all obvious. The one part that isn't obvious, and is a pretty interesting way of doing this sort of system in my opinion, is that the lower HP you are, the slower your posture recovers. So there is actually still strategic benefit to doing damage to them, even if you're planning to posture break them, because it means that while you're retreating, their bar will not fill up as much, or if you're having to heal or whatever. So the idea is if I do injure them and then fuck off to heal or whatever, that's fine because it won't reset me nearly as much. But if I just focus on stamina damage, like right now I'm only doing stamina damage basically, I kinda need to commit, otherwise I don't really benefit from all the hard work I put in. Yeah, either way, I think the aggressiveness is partially I want to be aggressive so their bar doesn't come back all the way, but I also want to be aggressive because I should get away with it if I'm not very slightly incompetent. Like, I'm just misjudging the distance very slightly and aggressing like attacking either too early or too late, and as a result I get fucked when I shouldn't get fucked for it. The other issue is that if I'm too far away and I want to sprint up a little bit to get into range to attack them, the sprint attack itself is this weird fancy twirl that Sekiro does, which is slow as fuck. Like the actual sprint attack, like this one, takes so long to come out compared to just walk up, do regular attack. So that happens to me a little bit, where I try to close distance by like working towards them and then accidentally get the sprint attack rather than the regular attack, and it takes so long that I ended up trading and dying. No, the thing is, after you parry, you can, in 99.9% of cases, there's a few exceptions, and there I won't try it, but in most cases, you can immediately do a counterattack. Like, there's a thing where after parry, if you attack right away, that's like a counterattack sort of thing, and those come out quickly enough that you generally keep the opponent on their guard. Like, the opponent will then have to deal with your counterattack. So, I'm not sure if you, like, maybe this fight didn't illustrate that very well. We'll probably fight some enemies at some point where I can show this off better. But basically, if I parry and then do a counterattack immediately, they then have to deal with my attack, and then they are, like, we take turns basically. I parry, counterattack, they block, counterattack, I parry, counterattack, they block, counterattack, and so on and so forth. And the sort of pattern is pretty good for just building up posture damage. It doesn't really injure their HP usually, but like I can usually do that and break them before I die, basically. Like, I don't really... As long as I don't miss the parry, I don't take any damage from that. And even if my posture bar is full, that's another thing that's invisible about the system. Even if my posture bar is full at the bottom, as long as I'm parrying, I will never be guard broken. Only if I'm regular blocking will I be guard broken. So as long as I hit my timings, it doesn't matter how long we're doing this back and forth, I will eventually succeed, basically. So for most enemies that flinch, I will always try to do parry into immediate counterattack, because that way I not only get the parry posture damage, but also like force them on the defensive and force them to once again start a new chain afterwards. And the first hit of the chain is then usually easy to deal with. So I can kind of get them into this sort of cycle, if that makes sense. Right, so that was the kind of hard part for the Muslims. Yeah, it's mostly the issue of me fucking up the spacing a lot in that regard. Like, if I was up close and personal, like, we pushed that guy into the corner and ended up fighting them in the corner, and that was really good because at that point they couldn't get far enough away from... Oh wow, I didn't think another one had an angle on me. They couldn't get far enough away from me for me to miss my counterattack, and thus I like could just keep this cycle going, this loop going. But if I'm ever too far away and my counterattack whiffs, then I'm in trouble, because then their chain will start, they'll immediately hit me, and I'll have to like deal with whatever follow-ups I have. Also, there's another fundamental issue with longer combos. The longer their combos are, and the more I just sit there and parry them, the more different attack timings and stuff I have to actually learn how to deal with, because they have like a lot of varied timings and shit in their longer attack chains. So if I can force them to reset their chain and only ever have to deal with the first, maybe the first two attacks, that is a lot easier to deal with than having to actually learn the entire chain, if that makes sense. So it's very heavily in my favor if I can keep this back and forth, like my turn, your turn thing going. I don't know where I want to go from here. I can just climb the main face of the fort on this side, but there's also a path down here, so let's explore if this is maybe the way to backstab people. Maybe I could have just straight up grappled here from the bridge if I knew where I was going. Hi, guy. The main exception to those sort of like my turn, your turn situations is enemies like this that choose to just hyper armor through your attacks. Like if he doesn't have to deal with my counterattack and instead can just keep going afterwards, then obviously that's a bad thing. So I, in that case, actually have to deal with what they're doing rather than just forcing them into those taking turns situations. I need to move away a little bit, it's too cramped there and there's a second nade. But his posture is coming back really slowly because most of the hits that we dealt actually also hit him in the body rather than just... Okay, never mind. Let's put on... I think the feather could be good here. Because if I then parry one attack, I can get behind them and maybe just deal with them. Wait, I didn't get the death blow from that? Wasn't the animation that I started there the death blow animation? Fuck. Fucking hyper armor bullshit. Yeah, I don't want to be further in there because there's more enemies, but since he's ranged, he's just like, lol, I shoot wall until end of time. Oh yeah, there's a trap here that makes noise, so the people are alerted. Kind of a neat detail. Alright, that's a new guy. You were not even injured, I could have backstabbed you, fuck. Okay, let's maybe recreate the scenario. By resetting, going over here. Nope, not happening. The second one is around the corner. I think I'll just go this way and maybe separate them a little bit if I can. All of the noise. Fuck. They are perfectly staggered right now, and I can't really deal with them. I couldn't see what he was saying exactly. Oof. That was a pain in the ass. Oi, you, get. I thrust you. He's grab magnetite. Surprisingly, we can find a lot of these gun barrel materials in the gun fort with all the people with guns. Who would have thought? Right, so let's actually go back into the tunnel. See if we can backstab someone in our sneaky ninja ways that we have not shown off at all. Facing basically everything exclusively head on. Light directly to the forehead. First attack seem pretty good against these guys. Their main retaliation thing is slow enough that I can still recover in time and parry what they're doing. Like so. That does jump their HP nicely. Yellow gunpowder. I thought he was reloading or something because he didn't have a moment between his two shots. Oh, I get. One of the things I kind of dislike about this game and its combat system is the fact that, although this is also a very small complaint, but it does keep tripping me up, it's the fact that the HP and posture bars are very small, so it's pretty difficult sometimes to judge how many more hits they take. I've had this happen a lot this playthrough, that I think, okay, yeah, next hit is gonna posture break them, and then I can finishing blow them, and then I attack, thinking that they're gonna die, and then they don't, and instead I get hit. It's not the biggest deal, because as long as I just play it slow and safe, that doesn't really happen, so like it's on me to play around that to a certain extent. But it's also still a little bit awkward, because it feels like more of a haha gotcha every time they have another hit in them. Just because the bar magically extends a bit further than you might think. Right, so I think there's a shrine here, but I'll pop a pellet anyway, it's not like they're particularly expensive. I don't remember much about this mine. I think this is a small area that just connects this gun fort to the next bit. But either way, while we rest at this shrine right here, I'll go rest in the restroom, so BRB. Right. My stomach is weirdly churning and making odd noises, so we might have to take another break soon, but let's keep going while we can. That looks like fall down and not good. That looks like place we can jump. Let's go with place we can jump to. Grapple point here. Wonder if we can grapple onto something over there. Not showing anything just yet. I do like that the don't fall down here is just completely pitch black. You can basically see where it's cut off. Wonder if that's water or if that's actually fall out of bounds. Guess we'll find out. Nope, it is fall out of bounds. Very fine. Okay, so we have to come this way from the other side then. I'll immediately rest because we took so much damage. Mostly because the shrine is right here and may as well. Alright, it's the mandatory of these two. So we fought one of these last time in the Senpo Temple. That was optional though, he was just in the side area. This one is pretty much mandatory. I think the game forces you to actually deal with them. I don't think we have anything special that we want to do here, so let's just go for it. Ah, I messed up. Oh wow, I messed up completely. The one thing I'll give these guys, and where I understand why people are struggling, is that once you start falling behind, like when you actually need to heal and shit. Wow, he recovers quickly. But yeah, if you actually have to recover, you start putting, like, it's pretty difficult. They are pretty relentless. Imagine needing to see things. I like these guys. This room is like super cramped. I can see how if you're struggling with the parry timing and stuff against these guys, and this is your first encounter with one of them, how this would feel very bullshit. Like, you can't see shit, he pushes you against the wall, the camera goes apeshit. What the fuck? What is this attack pattern? Why does he keep swinging? This is completely stupid. I get that. But, I don't know. I think once you're kind of getting used to it and actually like paying attention to the timings and stuff, I think it works out pretty nice as a fun little like timing minigame. This game is basically a rhythm game when it comes to the parrying stuff anyway. We find a large fan of dried red Japanese Aurelia leaves can be fit to the shinobi prosthetic tool to become, well, to the shinobi prosthetic to become a prosthetic tool. Bending it creates a large vortex of wind, spiriting away those it catches. Divine abduction through an 8-handed fan. Once is fine, but twice and you'll never return. If abducted, we'll head to Mount Kongo at Sampo Temple. We'll perform virtuous deeds. I forgot about this tool. Never mind, there's 2 more. That's where we needed the key. But before we do this ominous path, we jump down the hole over here. This should lead us back to the thing we saw earlier. At least I'm hoping so. Nope, I was completely wrong. Or was I? Nope, I wasn't. Nice. I like not being wrong. At least sometimes. Dead end, but we can hear some weird shit on the other side. Alright then. Sounds like one of those centipede mates, but small. The Voldo-like creatures. Right, now we're in the mine thing. It's just the other side of the thing we saw earlier. Alright then. I guess we can take advantage of it and quickly get our healing flask back. Or healing gourd. It's all Estus to me. Estus. Ready for Estus, man. Nice to be back outside. Sunken Valley Passage. Looks like our mate Snake is back. Yeah, very nice Snake. Well then, I'm sure nothing weird is gonna happen when we go over here. Oi vey. Hey flee towards the bushes. Time for stealth swimming. Hey! Never mind, no stealth swimming. So we want to get past this fucker over into this cave, which shouldn't be super difficult. This is not nearly as bad as the first snake stealth section that we had. Nah, 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 nah. So there's some stuff in that area, but it's not super important. We can explore that later. So we'll just move on for now. I don't remember how long this section is specifically, but we're still having the snaky music, so it's probably not quite over just yet. Adamantite scrap. Looks pretty deep. Oh, I think I know where we are. I remember this place. Yep, I remember this place. We actually just heard about this place from the, wait, Sword Monkey, piss off. We actually just heard about this place from the, sculptor as well. It is apparently where he and his mate hung out and trained. Oh, you do have a gun, don't you? You do, of course. Hurricanes work pretty well against these. Goodbye, monkey boy. I don't remember where the monkey boy thing is from. Pacifying agent, sure. Some mates to stab down there. Get over on the other side here first. Looks like there's some hanging out. Least aware creatures in the game. Although we did spend some skill points on making ourselves more sneaky just passively, so it does sort of make sense. Who that? Oops. Oh, we have the Oogle thing. We do. Okay, that does not Oogle very much in this game. Is that just a Nightjar? Huh. What do I there here? I don't remember that. But yeah, there's a big old gathering of monkeys over there. I will say hello to those guys in a second. Let's head here first. Trying to take those sort of one bit at a time so we don't get overwhelmed. Ow. Ow. Okay then. I have mistimed literally everything in that entire scenario. Really. So the issue with enemies like this is that you generally don't have to take them particularly seriously, but it also means that if you are ever in a situation where they become slightly troublesome, you don't actually know what you're doing. At least that's how it goes for me. Like, they die so quickly that I'm not like, oh yeah, I really gotta learn what these monkeys do. I don't know their animations, I don't know their attack patterns or whatever. I'll just run up and kill them, and usually that's fine. So, whenever things start going wrong slightly, I struggle to recover because I don't actually know how to fight them. I just fight them because I'm stronger, basically. Tried salt plenty of times. It's really good. I don't remember these Nightjar being here. Well, as long as I can backstab them, I'm not gonna complain. Well, it's not like these guys are monks specifically. Like, they're the further evolved version called Monkey. So I'm not sure if it's the same. Maybe they are weak to salt. Right, big clumped up group of enemies. Let's try the Mortal Draw. What else do we have that might be useful? Let's try the Firecrackers. We got the spring-loaded ones, which should be AoE if I recall correctly. So let's see if we can take care of these guys somewhat more quickly. There's a thing we can do here later where we don't have to kill them, but for now we have to kill them. Or, I mean, have to is always a bit of a relative term. Game's frame rate goes completely out of shit, or rather the animation frame rate. Fuck's sake, I couldn't get my follow-up from the first swipe of the Mortal Blade there, which would have probably killed half of them, if not all of them. But I couldn't actually get it because the death blow prompt overrode what I was trying to do. And here I'm trying to get the death blow so I can recover some health, and it's sometimes not letting me. Yeah. I do find it interesting how the game is very willing to just slow down the animation speed to a crawl. Like make it go stop motion animations when there's so much shit going on. Hey, more monkey booze. Go share that with Ishin at some point then. Crap. Something down there maybe? Not quite. There's an item, let's go get that. There's another little ledge down there with an item, we can also go get that. I don't know if we can come back from this shrine. So I wanna probably explore the stuff on this side first. Before I commit to what might be a point of no return. I think this game's grappling system is pretty interesting because it should be pretty limiting, but they spammed the grapple points so heavily that it basically feels like you can kind of still do whatever. Like I don't feel particularly limited by the grapples. I can jump wherever I want to and usually find something to latch onto. So it doesn't feel bad in that regard. But at the same time, there are these odd moments where you think there's something or you can't quite get the camera right and then the auto lock on doesn't really work for you. It is pretty funny. It starts looking like a stop motion animation, which is great. But yeah, I can tell you. Nice. Yeah, I heard that game had some performance issues, although I also heard from other sources that actually played it rather than regurgitating what everyone was saying, that it wasn't nearly as bad as people were making it out to be, and people were just hating because it's funny to hate on the thing that everyone is trying to play. So, I heard Scarlet and Violet are actually pretty good. Shame I don't have a Switch. Are you the same lady? We've heard this before. Oh, the dried one is down there, you say? Dive him. Poison Swamp in a Souls game, you say?
星垣盗んでくれよぞ。
星垣、どういうことだ。
はい、おまりごとかい。しからば、おまりごと、お米を。
Yeah, rice. Here, have some rice.
おお、まさしく、巫女様のお米。 ありがたや、ありがたや。
お告げを頼む。
You know, if you're so after the rise of the divine child, maybe you should hang out near there.
星垣を欲するならば、猿回し、猿を踊らせ。
星垣を欲するならば猿回し猿を踊らせ食らわせる、猿を踊らせるとは一体
Don't you worry, Sekiro man, I know. I can sort this out for you. Well, I was less saying that the performance wasn't bad, because it was, like, obviously an issue, even though usually one of the advantages of Nintendo's games is that they're usually very well polished, and they usually, or at least in the past, used to not have these sort of issues very much. So, yeah, it's definitely true that the performance and stuff was noticeably worse than it's supposed to be, and than it usually is. So I'm not denying that or saying that that's not the case, but at the same time, a lot of those people were complaining about, and like I'm also not defending the it's day one, like yo no, you're not gonna be fixing it, and like the way it's fucked is also interesting. I read some stuff about how they, unlike most games that do open world or even just bigger worlds, the Pokemon game just rendered the entire world at all times. Like, it was all loaded at all times. Not maybe rendered necessarily, but it was just permanently loaded the entire thing rather than just the area you're in. So that, like, stuff like that is just fucking complete amateur shit, basically, for that kind of game. But, like, I'm not defending the it's day one kind of guys, because there's fundamental issues that are probably not gonna get fixed either at all or anytime soon. My point was more that, first of all, those issues were not as problematic to the overall game experience as people were making it out to be. Like, people were using that to very heavily jump on the game, and also that apparently the, like, gameplay itself was, for the most part, just really fucking good. Like, I hear that it's one of the better Pokemon games, especially one of the better recent Pokemon games. That a lot of the stuff they tried to change up actually made the game more interesting and stuff. And people just hyper-focusing on lol, it runs bad were being pretty stupid to take that as their linchpin and saying like, oh yeah, this is clearly bad game now. So that was more the discussion. That being said, I haven't played it myself. Again, I don't own a Switch, so I can't really actually comment that much. So I take all of that with multiple levels of salt. I just thought it was funny, and like, it's, for some reason, even though I don't really hate Nintendo that much, it's still fun to shit on them because of, like, some issues that they have. Like, they have a lot of very anachronistic, very outdated, very stupid ideas for how they do business, and obviously you can always defend it with, well, it's working for them, but they could do a lot better in a lot of areas, and so it's fun to, like, shit talk them when their beloved way of doing things with, like, oh, our games never lose value, and oh, our games are always immaculate and, like, perfect for the limited platform that we have and blah blah, when that kind of bites them in the ass. So I think it's fun to, like, I don't know, tease them a bit with that sort of shit. Hell World. Huh. I mean, there have come some games here and there that try to dethrone Pokemon, haven't there? Actually, I think the most fun or most interesting non-official Pokemon version or non-official Pokemon-esque game that I've ever seen was, surprisingly, a Pokemon mod for Minecraft. Like, there's a mod for Minecraft that makes the game basically into a Pokemon game, with, like, Pokemon running around and you can catch them and train them and all sorts of shit. And it basically has the same mechanics, but it's open world in Minecraft, and you can, like, still do building shit and, like, do fun stuff with it, and like, multiplayer compatible and all that sort of shit. So, like, that actually was pretty fun. I've only very briefly played it, but I've watched a good bit of it, and that was easily the best Pokemon version, even though it's not officially a Pokemon game that I've ever seen. Oh, sorry, Dave's? I mean, Oog Oog or Ow Ow, whichever you prefer. Okay, let me actually click on this. Okay, I'm not actually gonna watch it. Just so I can look at it later. Anyway, enough rambling about Pokemon and delaying the inevitable. So this there is a monkey. Too many oogs. Man's not actually been saying oog that much, he's been saying ow for some reason, so I'm not sure if that's the new version of monkey speak. Anyway, let's go meet our new friend for the next hour or two, because this is certainly an encounter that I definitely alluded to last stream. Imagine having timing. Couldn't be me. Oh yeah, right, you flail when you're on the ground. So you can actually grapple onto him as well, like he has little things sticking out of his head. So if you're ever too far away, you can do that. Oh yeah, right, you do that of course. Okay, that is much faster and has slightly better tracking than I expected. Actually, let's maybe not waste our consumables. There's gonna be at least a few tries where I just try to learn the moveset of the fight a little bit. to get away from him afterwards because of the flaming. Maybe if I align myself correctly, like if I can get in front of his head, I probably avoid the Leons. Shut the fuck up. Got me trying to sprint away, and then I couldn't make enough distance. I can in theory. In practice, I am completely not used to the timing, so I can't actually. Also, it's not the size of the sword, but how you use it, or whatever they say. Alright, that's an attack. I thought he was just... Timing is so hard. So yeah, welcome to the Guardian Ape. They're gonna be here for a while. Settle in. Hey, didn't see shit, but... You know a monkey is badass if he already has a fucking sword stuck in his neck and he still fights you. Fuck, slightly overturning now. Now know that this walking around is followed by a slap, so I can be ready for the future. No follow-ups. Shut the fuck up. I took way too long to recognize what attack that was. I got very lucky with that, not anything. Oh wow, I thought that was a sweep. My bad. Okay, that hits me even if I'm sprinting in a straight line. Maybe if I sprint perpendicularly. That was way too early. I didn't recognize the attack at all, I just jumped whenever. Use that sword, seems about the right size. Yeah, his sword seems pretty big, he should be using that, I agree. And yeah, I mean, maybe the sword is also in there as like part of his body now. Maybe removing it will just make all his blood come out or something. I mean, it's also not like he really needs it, right? Like, he's been kind of kicking my ass. I think this fight would be a lot harder if he also had a sword, you know? do like these moments where you actually get to wail on him for a bit. That was really good. I think I blocked the entire, or parried the entire chain. We got him. That was so bad. Well, off with your head, mate. Yeah, see, maybe he should have actually taken the sword out after all. Kinda did him in there. Ape Fu, yeah, Ape Fu's pretty good. Right, let's move on to the next boss then. Let's see. Alright then, Mr. Guardian Aid. Ow. Yeah, the game does not pull its punches there with the fake out. To be fair, we did officially kill it. I think it was alive until that point, and now it's just not quite as alive anymore. Which sounds stupid, but it's true. Oh right, I'm doing the wrong thing there. Let me just hold my head to my neck so I can yell angrily and damage everyone in the vicinity. I love these animations because they're so, like, uncanny, so weird for a sort of humanoid creature. Like, it's just so wrong, everything about it, especially when compared to the way he was fighting before. And this is why. My timing. Oh, I messed it up. Fuck. That would have been really good. Instead, we're basically dead now. I don't have any healing, and any one that isn't a proper parry will immediately get me killed. And one tick of that will also do me. Yeah, it's one of those instances where the fear status effect is actually justified, and the whole thing of something terrifies you to the point where you literally just die is also a bit appropriate here, I think. Oh, fuck me, I'm up. Right, he does that in retaliation sometimes, that's really good. He's running too low HP to check more on. Oh, never mind, no follow-up. I don't remember if that's a sweep that I should be jumping over. I actually think we can tank exactly one more tickle though. Fuck. Slightly mistimed it. Only a regular block rather than a parry. Evening hours are perilous, if you say so, game. Where is that from? Why did I say let's go shoot a deer? Oh. At least on my stream, like I would know where that's from. Like in the duo streams with DK. Yeah, he's like that. He just goes back to normal. There you go, another asshole dealt with. I don't think I get a hit there, unfortunately. Oh, he didn't do the body slam. Fuck, that timing is kind of difficult. Yeah, I can get out of him. Oh fuck, I'm dead. Let's take, okay, let's actually use a antidote this time. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? I even dodged this time. Maybe I should start using the grappling hook to avoid that attack, since there's all these grapple points around. This time just sprinting away worked out alright. Maybe it's an angle thing. Busted. Worked out better. Shut the fuck up. Hey, you get the full damage opportunity, very good. This time to get the body slam. I like the body slam, gives me a lot of damage. Oh, that caught me sprinting away. I was sprinting away in a straight line. I thought that would keep me safe automatically. Okay, I thought the spacing would work out in my favor. Ha! I got stuck on the root on the ceiling, very fine. Hey, you get some damage. You get some damage. On this. Ah, fuck, I went too far to the other side. If you don't get the parry correctly there and the drop breaks you, you just get follow up at immediate line. It's pretty lucky. Yeah, so short. Better timing, and he dies now. Right, easy win, Shinobi execution, blah blah, the usual. Look at that shit. Unfortunately, Sekiro has also glued his brain back out, because he does not just use the Mortal Blade right now to end the fight. It's unfortunate how I retain the knowledge, but Sekiro man does not. It is very metal though, I agree. I think if I had the skill to do a follow-up attack from the spear, I could actually hit him there after I pulled the thing out. That was quite close. That was almost though. I don't think DK has ever seen those, but maybe. Maybe every Ook has this opportunity actually. Maybe you're right. Maybe we devolved from monkeys. I mean, if the monks want to be more like monkeys, then maybe there's something to it. Not that monks necessarily know what the world is about. I don't think that reached him. Oh, he's almost hooked. Hey, we got him. Tired of your shit, monkey boy. Somewhere yelling. I'm sure that's not ominous. The memory of the guardian ape. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe, lingering in the mind of the wolf. Commune with the sculptor's idol and confirm memories of the battle to permanently increase attack power. The guardian ape was defeated, though its roar can still be heard. It is said that an infested body marks the undying. And we received the slender finger. The slender finger of a young woman can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic to create a prosthetic tool. Found in the belly of the guardian ape, it is partially digested. Well, rip the mate of orangutan man. There's a shinobi technique called the finger whistle that can drive beasts wild. The one who used it before clearly used it for this purpose, as evidenced by the finger's open hole. Maybe you're thinking that for a different reason that will eventually become clear. I mean, we did just hear another roar, and the lore implied you can still hear its roar after the death, so maybe that is why. But yeah, I've never personally had that much of an issue with the Guardian Ape. It's kind of an infamous boss for the series, or for this game specifically. Not only because of the fake out, but also because a lot of people really struggle with this boss. It's very aggressive, its attack timings are a little bit all over the place. In monkey mode, it is like it moves very weird in a wild animal monkey sort of style, which I think is great, but it's also pretty difficult to deal with sometimes. And then in the second phase, it moves with this weird snaky, slithery sort of movement that also seems to throw a lot of people off. I've personally never had that much trouble with it, as in, I understand that it's not the easiest fight, and my past experience with it definitely has made this look a lot easier than it actually is. But at the same time, I've always... like, if you actually sit down to, like, parry properly and actually try to learn the timings, the fight is not the worst thing in the world, in my humble opinion. Especially in Phase 2, if you parry its big sword attacks, it always follows, or not always, but it often follows with this, like, big overhead slam, and if you parry that correctly, you get the opportunity to either, if you think of trying that, use the spear to pull out its, like, little centipede thing, which does a lot of posture and health damage to it, and really speeds up the fight. Whereas if you just take the attack opportunity and don't try out the spear, even then you're still like chipping away at its health pretty reasonably well. So I think if you actually sit down and learn the parry timing somewhat, especially for Phase 2, the fight isn't actually all that bad. It takes a little bit of learning, sure, but I've never really disliked this fight, or I thought this was like a very over-the-top, overdone, like, oh fuck, this is just such a ridiculously hard fight or whatever. I've never felt that way. There's at least one boss in this game that I felt that way about, where it's like, oh my god, this is actually too hard for me. But for this one, I don't know, this is one of the ones that I happen to be decent against, it seems. Let's get our attack upgrade. They say that infested body is the mark of the undying, but such a long life would surely be quite lonesome for even an ape. Perhaps the echoing roar of the guardian ape was in fact a solicitation of sorts. Yeah, it's definitely very centipede, very like the monks that we've seen. Absolutely in keeping with the theme. Well, this is the watering hole, and at the very end of it, like we had announced, we find the white lily, or whatever the fuck it was. The lotus of the palace. A white lotus flower found blooming in the depths of the sunken valley, where the fountainhead waters pool deeply. The flower's aroma attracts female apes, thus the guardian ape carefully tended to it, so as to offer it to his bride. One of the incense ingredients sought by the divine heir for immortal severance. Well, we killed the monkey, and now we're stealing his flowers as well. No partner for you, mate. Let's go and do some side stuff for a moment. Let's go and seek out the merchant mate that hangs out here somewhere, if I can remember where. I think this should be the closest bonfire. Not this one, but this one. So there was the merchant here that we met earlier, who told us about some stuff in the Hirata estate. we can tell him about Salt, because we overheard another like dialogue not too long ago. Hey, the sun is setting. Look at this, time is moving. This was not the same lighting as before. But yeah, there's a guy here who you can talk to, and he... I thought that we were one bonfire deeper in, actually. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh well. Anyway, we should be good. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump, as they say. But yeah, so we overheard a set of guards talking about salt and there being a salt shortage, and if we go and talk to the merchant, let's see if we can maybe shortcut over here a little bit if we find a grapple point. Oh, we just fall to our diets, that's also fine. I actually managed to land on that fucking platform. Maybe if I jump a little bit further to the left, we find the grapple point instead? Yeah, there we go. But yeah, we can tell him about the salt and he'll be very happy, and he'll upgrade his stock. And I think he'll tell us, or send us on another little bit of a side quest as well, which we can then continue. We also haven't even interacted with another duo of NPCs that also sent us on a side quest. How do I up there? There we go. This guy is dragon rotted. Maybe we should cleanse that at some point. Anything we want? I guess we can... I mean, we're kind of possibly spending some money, so it doesn't really matter to turn that into coin purses, so let's just not do anything here. I think the guy we're looking for is over here. Yeah, we met the knight yesterday, who has a son called Robert, and the knight was... apparently his son fell ill, and then he sold all his belongings to maybe get some medicine for his son, and among those belongings were firecrackers, which are otherwise not familiar in the area, so they're like some exotic good. And we found them here, and we bought them here, and we turned them into a shinobi tool, so we can actually toss out some firecrackers. Here, I can show you. They're very fun. Or now we can charge it and do full twirl like that. They're very good against anything animal, because the animals get scared of firecrackers, which often either immediately posture breaks them, or at least gives you an opportunity to attack them. We used those in a fight around here against a massive bull with burning horns, which was a bit of a pain in the ass, but we got there eventually. Anyway.
待ってましたぜ。いただいた銭を元手に品を仕入れやした。さあ、買っていってください。
Right, let's see what you have. He sells the Phantom Kunai, a kunai used by Lady Butterfly that can be used to upgrade the loaded shuriken. A ringing sound is heard when the kunai is thrown, and the phantom butterflies appear in the kunai's trail. Since childhood, Lady Butterfly had accumulated much experience in Usui's forest far from civilization along Tozan Trail. His forest is filled with mist and mystifications, making it ideal for training in illusion techniques. I think...
ところで旦那、聞いてください。ああ。あっしはね、商いをもっと大きくしたいと考えてやす。このアシナはいつ滅びるかもわからねえ。いわば沈みかけた船だ。つまり、成り上がる好機じゃねえかと思うんでさ。そこで一つ頼みがありやす。なんだ。アシナの侍どもが今欲しがっているものは何か探ってきちゃくれやせんか。そいつが分かればアシナの侍どもと取引ができやす。旦那は忍びだ。敵方から情報を仕入れるいい耳をお持ちのはず。ぜひお願いしやす。
Sure. Oops.
よう旦那。
侍たちが欲しがっているもの、分かったぞ。
本当ですかい、旦那。あ
あ。塩が足りぬよう
だ。なるほど、塩か。食うのはもちろん、死人の清めや怪我にも使う。戦場で死体が腐れば、流行り病も道理ってわけだ。皆塩がなくて困り果ててる。そいつは儲け時ですね。
Man's got the salt piles just ready to go.
なーに、塩があれば助かるものが多い。多少高く売っても罰は当たらぬでしょう。そうと決まれば塩を工面せねば。旦那、ありがとうございます。
And next we meet him, he has a slightly expanded
じゃあ
stock.
な、旦那。塩がうまく売れたら新しい品を仕入れやす。その時はぜひごひいきに。
Will do, sir. Isn't there a bonfire up here? There is. Yeah, we could have just been to this guy much more, or arrived here much more quickly. Look at this massive cock. Those guys fuck us. Anyway, let's see what is stocked. Do we have any money? I don't think we have that much. We used a lot earlier. Yeah, these are 100 a pop, I think. This is 500, so we are pretty poor.
旦那、旦那、聞いてください。塩が高く売れたんでさ。おかげでまあ、銭もたんまり、仕入れもがっつり。さあさあ、新しい品もありやす。買っていってください。
Sells some new sugar. Heavy coin purse. Oh, he sells upgrade materials. And these are the two basic ones, the most basic ones, and he sells infinite amounts of them, so we can get more if we need. Although it would be a bit of farming, which not really the kind of guy or in the kind of mood to do that sort of thing.
ああ、旦那、聞いてください。
商いの話か。
さすが旦那、察しがいいですね。どう
I
も
like this
最
guy.
近気なくせ。戦の匂いがしやす。この木に乗じりゃ、また人儲けできそうだ。そこで旦那にお願いしたいことがありやす。
なんだ。
戦場あさりのための人手、それが欲しいんでさ。戦場にはまだ死体がゴロゴロと転がってやす。ありゃ宝の山だ。あされば槍も太刀も鎧兜も
Sure, Karma will not come after you for that.
戦自宅となりゃ武具が飛ぶように売れやしょう。
どういった人手が欲しい？
そうですね。戦場あさりは汚れ仕事で力仕事。でかくて力のあるやつを一つお願いしやす。
Well, we know someone like that, so we could maybe send that guy over there if we want to, give him a job. Yeah, that's one of the two paths you can take with the babyface mate. I don't like that path for him. I find the merchant funny and, like, he's alright, ultimately, but he's also a bit of a knob, and taking advantage of someone that's, like, physically fit, but brainially not exactly capable is a bit mean, so I don't like that as a result for him. But we can go and talk to the big lad anyway, because we brought we picked up the spinning flower thingies for him to, well, to give to him rather. Pure white flower, where could it be? Well, we have one. Give you the white pinwheel.
真っ白いお花とはこれか。
ああ、それはおお、思い出したぞ。皆は越智の巫女様たち。そうか、オラは真っ白い風車を取ろうとしたのか。あの子の分の風車を。なあ、あんた、一つ頼みがあるんだ。
なんだ。
オラを神隠ししちゃくれないかい。
なんだと。
オラ、実は知ってるんだ。あんたは忍びなんだろ。坊様たちが言っていた。忍びは神隠しができるって。
何故それを望む。
神隠しした先にきっと皆がいる。
No.
皆のもとに行かねばなんねえ。何せオラは巫女様たちのお世話係だからな。なあ、お願いできねえかな。
できぬ。
そうか。もし気が変わったら頼むな。
Well, we picked up the tool for that, but we haven't installed it yet, so let's go and quickly do that. Actually, I can just use the item because it can also send us to the temple. We have 2 tools, actually, to equip the whistle and the fan, so then we can continue this quest line. There's also something else we can do here now. You know what, let's restore the dragon rod. There we go. I think we have 2 of those, so still one in store if we ever need more. Anything new to say from you?
よう旦那、また飽きない。あの死に損ないの侍、やっと死ねたみてえだな。まったく、真面目侍の考えることはわからんぜ。死なぬなら楽しく生きれば良いものをよ。ともあれ、旦那、ご苦労だったな。あいつ、きっと成仏しているさ。
Bit of an open.
ああ、旦那。Nice.
Yep. We've heard this before. Anything new or interesting here? Nope.
Jana.
Hello, Sculptor Man.
お前さん、そいつを、その指をどこで手に入れた？
落ち谷の獅子猿が食らっていた。
そうか。猿の腹の中とはな。そいつを貸しな。お前さんの忍び義手に仕込んでやろう。
Its sound will grab an enemy's attention and draw them to the whistle's location. By locking onto a target, only the targeted enemy will hear the whistle. The sound of the finger whistle enrages beasts, making them unable to distinguish friend from foe. Haha. Start with that one. And then we have Divine Abduction. Gathers and releases a gust of wind, forcing enemies caught by the vortex to turn around. It is a mild sort of being spirited away that can be returned from quite quickly. However, it is said that one can only return from being spirited away once, and if taken again, there is no coming back. So, R2 for Gathering Vortex uses the Fan of Leaves to wrap yourself in whirling winds. While using Gathering Vortex, RT for Divine Abduction releases the winds around an enemy, making them suddenly face the opposite direction. Aside from certain strong enemies, they will lose sight of you and be vulnerable to a death blow. Turn them around and stab them in the back. And now we have all the tools, so now we can see all the upgrade paths. Double Divine Abduction. I mean, we don't really have any sort of money anyway, so it's not bother looking at that.
わしが惚れるのは鬼ぼきの中に見える仏見えた。
I think we've heard this before.
ではな、また。
That's nice of you. Right. So let's go back to actually let's quickly equip both of these and try them out. So we have Divine Abduction. 1, and then if we do it again, we go and it'll turn people around. Very fine. And then we have the Finger Whistle, which draws attention, or if we mark a target, like if we're locked onto someone, it'll only draw that specific target. Oh, isn't it? Maybe that's an upgrade. I think there's some... You actually can hear the whistle, like, echo a little bit. That's interesting. But yeah, I think there's an upgrade where you can set it up and have a trigger with a delay, so you can, like, set the whistle, go around a corner, then the whistle actually activates and people come over and you can backstab them. I find it odd that you get the whistle comparatively late in the game, because it feels like a fairly fundamentally useful tool for stealth, and I think the part where you do the most stealth might be the early game. Like, once you're familiar with the combat system enough, and once you're pretty strong, you can generally just kind of fight everything, if that makes sense.
やっぱり神隠ししたみな何な
Sure.
おおありがとうありがとうなよーし少し怖いけどもそれじゃあやってくんろ
Well, he's gone. Off he goes into space or wherever. Right, we have something else to do though. If we go and climb down here, there was this guy by the kite that we found the other day that we couldn't really do anything with. Now that we have the ninjutsu for puppeteering people, we can go down here and puppeteer him. And what does he do? He diligently waddles over and keeps the kite in the correct position for us. So now we run through and we try to get to that point and take advantage of the kite to cross the chasm. I don't know if you're not allowed to rest on the way there. Like, I don't know if he resets if you rest. I would assume he does, because it's just a regular enemy, fundamentally. So let's try to just do this in one go rather than quick traveling. It's not super far, and Sekiro man is very, very quick on his feet, so shouldn't be too much trouble to get there. May I please climb again? Thank you. I think I accidentally triggered the shimmying before pressing the climbing button. So, lady was pointing over there for the fresh fruit. So that's probably where we're going, isn't it, if we're crossing the chasm over here? So, where did the kite go? It should be around here somewhere. The guy is down there. Oh, the kite actually goes all the way up here, very fun. So yeah, we can use this to cross the chasm. In a massive leap. Bit of a leap of faith. I didn't really look ahead, I just remembered that that's the direction you're going, and I was just spamming the grappling hook button because the game's generally fine with you doing that sort of thing. You can see some snake skin here, it's always good. Can never have enough of a giant murder snake, Mickey. Scrap. Okay, here we go. You can get a little shrine. I didn't remember that. Neat. I guess this is so that you don't have to set up the puppet, then run all the way up here again if you fuck up. But maybe this area is a bit bigger than I remembered. Probably not though. I think we're almost immediately done. I don't think there's much to this. So we are in the Sunken Valley Passage. We are on the opposite side of where the big old the bridge was that the snake destroyed for us. Not quite on the opposite side actually. That over there is where the bridge was, obviously, and the snake is hanging out right below us. So being the knob that we are, we can do one of these. Finally take revenge on Snake. And we get the fresh serpent viscera, the persimmon-like heart of a great serpent. The great serpent is considered to be a god of the land, and the heart is believed to be where one's spirit resides. While its shape bears similarity to a persimmon, in fact, this is the red viscera of a god. It is safe to assume that eating it would be poisonous to one's health. You weren't here for the early game. He's being a bit of a knob in the early game. But it is a bit mean, I agree. I mean, he did try to kill me on multiple occasions and make my life miserable. Me trying to kill him is only fair in reward, or as a result of that. Some Dragon's Field drop loot and a Jinzo statue as well. Very fun. A lot of good loot here. So with that guy out of the way, we can now explore this water pit a little bit better, like in a little bit greater detail. I don't remember if there's much to find down here. Well, we find Fisk that he does. Actually, I should not be doing this. I should be exploring this even later. I guess there's still one more thing that might make a difference when we're down here. So let's just go to the shrine and fuck off again. At least I think there was some stuff to get here. We'll find out at some point. Anyway, so with that done, let's go and go elsewhere. Let's see about meeting people in Kuro's room. Maybe we can also eavesdrop on people. If I recall correctly, some of the progression paths you unlock by eavesdropping on conversations and thus hearing about other things. Yeah, I was kind of expecting a reference to that. I could have made one myself, but I don't know. Felt like a little bit too blatant, maybe. He's still just complaining about the fucking dust. God damn it. Yeah, I thought, here, new info about progression paths and shit, that's very fine. Nope. Just get complaining about the dust.
エマ殿に桜の木のことを聞きました。
おう、どうじゃった？
その桜は床桜と呼ばれる。タケル様が宣教より持ってこられた桜ですが、今はもう枯れて残っておらぬようです。
そうか。
ですが、何者かが床桜の枝を倒り持ち去ったと言います。
誰がそのようなことを？失われたものはどうにもならぬな。持ち去られた枝にしても今は手がかりがない。先に他の子を集めることにしよう。
御意。
Funny you would mention that thing, because,
巫女様、源の香の花手に入れました。
おお、やはり落ち谷に咲いていたか。
はい、落ち谷の奥に。
そこが源の水の流れが濃い場所だったということか。よく手に入れてくれた、狼よ。ああ、そうだ。私の方も調べが進んだぞ。新たに必要な香が分かった。
それは
流院の巫女の血、つまり私の血だ。
九郎様の血ですが、それは流れぬはず。
ああ、流院の巫女とはそうしたものだ。だが源一郎殿の居室でタケル様の故障の手記を見つけてな。何か血を流す術があるようなのじゃ。ひとまずこれをそなたに渡しておこう。
Page's diary, an old diary entry written by Takeru's page. Lord Takeru held his arm over the incense burner and attempted to cut it with a sword, but incredibly, his wound healed instantly and not a drop of blood was shed. Lady Tomoe said, without it, your blood cannot be spilled. What could she be referring to, I wonder?
さて、我が血を流す術。
Well, I have the sword on my back, that probably helps in that regard.
エマ殿に聞くのはどうでしょう。
クスシならば、人の体に明るいか。
Mate, I don't think knowledge of the human body really applies to invincible children that apparently cannot fucking bleed from being cut with a fucking sword. Whatever. Emma, help please.
お主に尋ねたいことがある。
はい。何でしょうか。
巫女様の血を流す術だ。
何故それを求めるのですか。
宣教に竜の涙を手に入れ不死立ちを果たす。そのためには巫女様の血がいるのだ。
そうですか。確かに流院の巫女の血は尋常の方法では流れません。ですがあなたはそれをなす術をお持ちです。
不思議りか。
はい、こちらを。
Mortal Severance Scrap, part of the Book of Immortal Severance left behind by Takeru. With Immortal Blade in hand, my blood may be shed. With my blood, the aroma will be complete. The Divine Realm will be in reach. Immortal Severance will be at hand. I must ask Tomoe to assist with the beheading.
タケル様が記されたものか。
はい、不思議りならば流院の巫女の身に傷を負わせ血を流すことも叶うでしょう。
わかった。これで不死立ちがまた一つ進む。巫女様にもお伝えしよう。
はい。
Over here.
お伝えしたと不思議りな。
あ、巫女。
はい。
Here, have a gourd seed for me.
Nope,
that is the same as always. Right. Now, one thing that this game does that is pretty nice, and the other Souls games should have maybe also started doing afterwards, is you can press the start menu button to skip out of a conversation entirely instead of having to go through every single line by itself, which is very convenient.
おう、狼よ。新たな手がかりを見つけたぞ。石じゃ。
石とは
これを見てくれ。
Okami's ancient text, an old note left by the Okami clan, who sought to reach the Divine Realm. A fragrant stone enshrined in a village within the depths of Ashina. One must throw oneself for it to be found. With this, the fountainhead fragrance is complete. Let us depart now to the Divine Realm.
これは
Toss yourself,
源の
mate.
子を求めた者が記した書物じゃ。好気を放つ石が祀られた村があるそうだ。
ですがそのような村聞いたことがありません。
村はアシナの底にあると書かれているな。月見楼の傍らのお主が落とされていたあの井戸底の先に底の知れぬ深い穴があると聞いたことがある。あるいはそこと関係があるのやもしれぬ。
探ってみましょう。
ああ、だが身を投げるとは一体。
Maybe throw oneself off the fucking cliff into the bottom of the hole.
見投げばそういったものを見ました。
それは一体。
ステローの奥に底の見えぬ大穴があります。そこにいた老婆がその穴に身を投げようと。
身を投げた先がどこかに繋がっているということか。
はい。鳥居をくぐった方向からかすかに風の流れを感じました。試しにそちらへ飛び降りてみようと思います。
わかった。
What's the worst that can happen?
気をつけるのだぞ。狼、エマ殿に話は聞けたか？
はい。
どうじゃった？何か分かったか？
不思議にならば叶うと。
そうか。不思議ならば。
I mean, you kind of should have thought about that immediately, right? Like, oh no, I can't be caught by normal means.
試しにやってみぬか？
不思議は本来は抜けぬ刀。触りがあるやもしれませぬ。こうたくその時でよろしいかと。
うん。そこまで言うならそうしよう。戦況に至るための子集めも進む。狼よ。
Are we doing the thing?
狼よ。
Maybe if we rest, he'll magically teleport over there. Before we rest, though, let's have a quick look and see if we can find Ishin hanging out in his room. I think it's over here. Maybe not. But which side is it? Here it is. Maybe there's nobody home? Nope, he's right here. Oops, sorry. Hello.
それが不思議か。赤炉。
Everyone knows about this fucking hidden sword.
ぬとは。
奥の院の巫女が言うには、不思議は抜いた者に死をもたらす刀。
お主のようなものでなければ扱えぬ代物か。
不思議を抜き、その赤き刃を見たとき、私も一度死にました。
そうか。赤き刃がな。のう、赤炉。不思議があれば、本来死なぬ者をも殺すことができる。まこと恐るべき刀じゃ。そうは思わぬか。
何がおっしゃりたい？
その刀がお主の手中にある。何を切るか。よく見定めてから抜くことじゃ。
Dang, I just drew it on a bunch of monkeys earlier. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Anyway, have some drink. Oops.
酒を。
おお、赤炉。気が利くの。おお、猿酒ではないか。火を吹くとはこのことよ。
I like that
お
sentence.
主、この酒の別の名を知っておるか。
知りませぬ。
知らぬか。こいつはな、修羅酒とも言う。昔、わしは修羅を、いや、修羅のごときものを切ったことがある。
それは一体。
切り続けたものはやがて修羅となる。何のために切っていたか、それすら忘れ、ただ切る喜びのみに心をとらわれるのじゃ。お主の目にも修羅の影があるぞ。せいぜいわしに切られぬよう肝に銘じろ。
はっ。
I like how he very unsubtly. What? Hello? What? Nani? Who? Boomst? House? What's? Well, I guess we just eavesdrop and ignore that guy.
ならば、あやつの手にあるのは黒か。力のためなら己すら捨てる。そうよな。
Anything else to say?
不思議り、死なぬものを切る。よく。
Nope. Alright, off we go. Let's quickly go and go to the top again. Or at least go in here. Did you happen to go over to the incense thing, Kuro? Nope, you're still just hanging out. Fair enough. What if we rest? Haha, will you magically move over there? Nope, alright, never mind then. Yeah, there better be. So are we just not doing that yet with the whole shedding your blood? Nope, apparently that's not happening. Alright then, goodbye. But yeah, you will not be disappointed. What else should we be doing? We can ask for more rice from the Child of Rejuvenating Waters or whatever the fuck her name is. Hello.
巫女の忍びよ、ようこそおいでくださいました。
Heaven.
巫女の忍びよ、お米が豊かに実りました。さあ、お手を。豊穣を。
Where does she get that rice from? I guess it spills from her palms or whatever.
大事。また、さようなら、あなたの行く末に。
Yup, yup, yup. My harvest will be the most beautiful in this farming game. Right, Kojak? Welcome in. Where the fuck are we going? Do we have anything else to do? I kinda don't want to start exploring another whole new area. I mean, we kind of have two options. One thing we can do is either we go back to where we fought the monkey and jump down to the poison swamp area, which is always fun, of course. Or we can go to the Ashina Depths, which was right after the bottomless hole. Like, we grappled off the side of the bottomless hole into the depths. Or we can just jump down the hole again in its entirety and see what happens at the very bottom. Let's do that first, that sounds fun. Oh yeah, we also have this asshole still hanging out here. I don't like these guys. I don't like these guys at all. Let's try something. Let's see if the umbrella actually protects you from the fear bullshit. Do we have anything else that might be useful here? Maybe the Mist Raven to avoid their projectiles. Alright, let's just do some signs. How much money and... okay, nothing too bad. If we die, it's not a big deal. Okay, so it seems to work when I like use it as a parry, but like the first attack did not build up anything. But if I just hold it down, it doesn't actually work. Let's recover some fear for a little bit so we can try it again in a second. Yeah, I think the first one of those did not actually do any... Oh, okay. I can actually absorb the... Oh, I can parry their normal projectiles. I never thought to try that for some reason. So if I don't fuck up the parry, it doesn't even do the fear build-up. Okay, that's a start. Okay, so I think we can actually take this guy on then. I do not want to be near that when that happens though. Okay, either I messed up the timing or I couldn't do that. It's sort of cool, but it's also a very annoying enemy. They have some more fancy shit in their second phase as well, and a lot of the fight results or revolves around you just running away from them for half an hour, which is kind of unfun. Okay, let's try that if we can like normal parry the big projectiles, because that'd be good to know. Yeah, okay, trying to parry this barrage is not really worth it. I really should just run away from the regular attacks. But we're doing signs, so that's how that works. Man actually does a physical attack, incredible. Does it again? I didn't expect it. I was not ready. Ow, okay, no, I can't parry those normally. That's not helping. Alright, Nicocello is neither an option, or is one forced to be one of the two? Ow ow kind of guy is also pretty good. You have to choose and choose wisely. I guess I'll choose Uwu then over Owo. That's the rules. Glad I met your expectation. Oh my lord. You know what, let's actually turn this into a proper attempt. So these guys are basically spirit enemies, which means we need to use an item to actually damage them. However, this is a temporary buff, of course, so it doesn't last forever, and we have them in limited quality for now, or quantity rather. Don't you do your teleporty bullshit. Why did that hit me? I was sprinting laterally. It should be good enough for anything. Ow. Oh boy, I am almost dying. Pacifying agent. That took longer to eat than I expected. That was pretty bad. Jesus Christ. Keep running into all of them. And our confetti ran out. Great. Oh right, I can make the projectiles disappear by attacking as long as I have confetti. That would make much more sense than me just flailing like a madman. Oh my lord. That had better tracking than I thought. I thought if I just do a little hop like that, we should be good, but I was very wrong. Well, it was still basically the perfect time to take a big lose a life, because by doing the finishing move we immediately get one back. Or we unlock resurrection again, I should say. I was gonna stagger again, that's pretty bad. Okay. Teleports. That's 3 confetti for one of these guys, assuming we don't die here. Not a very healthy quota in my opinion. Oh fuck. My parry. I do like how we're sort of dispelling his terror bullshit with the attacks though, that's kind of a cool effect. Oh, that still hit me! Well, I'll pop one of these pacifying agents immediately, just to make sure we don't croak in the very last moment. May I please death blow, thank you. We get the Ceremonial Tanto, a dagger with a stark white blade and hilt. Converts vitality into spirit emblems. Resting replenishes its charges. Originally this Tanto was used in a ritual offering to the dragon, in which an emblem would be cut from one's own life force and set adrift on the fountainhead waters. The blade is inscribed with its true name, Devoted Soul. So the way I understand it, it's basically like the blood quicksilver bullets you can do in Bloodborne. I don't quite see the semblance to Rykard that much, but I don't know. I guess with that whole big old thing in the middle that you just kind of loop around and deal with the more stretchy, extendy stuff. While we're doing shit like that, let's go and do the headless mate as well, which should be over here. No, wait, fuck, I'm too early, I think. Rykard is the guy from Elden Ring. He does red homing skulls? Does he? Or do you mean the guy from Bloodborne on the rooftop? Okay, maybe. I also don't remember the fight very much, so I agree. Slightly more forgettable. I guess it's this one then. Yeah, as intended, probably, so... I don't think that's a particularly cheesy thing to do. If a fight has a gimmick like that, and you use the intended gimmick, then I don't think you're cheesing. I think it's just... I don't know. It's more on the devs to make the fight exciting with the gimmick that you're supposed to be using, rather than you cheesing the fight by using the gimmick, if that makes sense. Either way, let's go this way. This should lead us to the Headless. If we can deal with the, whatever the fuck, I've already forgotten the name. If we can deal with the Fear Caster Man bullshit guy, then we can probably also deal with the Headless. I accidentally pressed jump a couple frames too late, so I tried to jump in mid-air, which doesn't work, and then I was locked in the animation until it was too late to grapple. Very good. Anyway, down here we go. So we passed through this area once before on our way to the Demon Bell, when we tried to ring that as early as possible. And there was a dude in here, a Headless, and this one is also a Spirit-type enemy, so we also need Confetti to actually deal with him. We will similarly be struggling a little bit. These guys are, like, they're weird. They're not super difficult, but they're weird, basically. Oh wow, I definitely need to parry correctly, because even on block, that is a shit ton of fear buildup. He slapped me. Not recognize that. Oh fuck, yeah right, he does the unattack of Hyperion. Oh wow, that... Never mind then. That is so awkward to time. That was through block as well. Jesus, that is a lot of terror buildup. Hot damn. Alright then. I wonder if there's a bonfire that's a little bit closer. Maybe the Demon Bell one, then we go in there, go through the shortcut. That might be faster, let's try. Bell Demon's Temple. So we'll get a, like how we got a gourd that combats fire damage, or like the fire status buildup. A healing flask specifically against fire, and if I recall correctly, there's an equivalent for fear as well. So it might be worth coming back here once we have that specific anti-fear gourd, so we don't just have to use a pacifying agent every time. Drinking from your gourd is pretty quick, so being forced to take a pacifying agent instead would be pretty slow. Am I hearing a regular enemy as well? No, never mind. I could not get off this cliff, because the movement speed slowdown makes it so that unless I'm like jumping or dashing apparently, he will just literally not walk off the cliff even if I hold into that direction for 5 minutes. So he just teleported behind me and grabbed me, and there's nothing I could do about it. Oh my lord, that is... Okay, never mind. If getting here wasn't so awkward, this would be a little bit better. Also, if it wasn't tied to me having a limited amount of attempts, because I will run out of the consumable, that would also be nice. We can get more later, so it's not like we will lock ourselves out of fighting these guys for the rest of the game, but still, like, a little bit unfortunate. It's exceptionally punishing to miss a parry in this. Look at that fucking fear buildup, even though all I did was miss a parry. Like, that was still blocked, by the way, like, Jesus Christ. And look at the variety in attack timings. Oh, fuck. Oh, I pressed the wrong item. Oh, there goes another confetti. I literally could not tell when exactly that was gonna hit me because of the awkwardness. You know what, fuck it, I'll put this on my bar. Can I please? Oh, wrong button, no. Aw, fuck. I would have accepted choosing him. Oh, that is so fast. One version of the overhead slam is just roughly 5 years faster than the, or 5 years slower than the other one, and it messes me up so bad. I don't know if I can even parry his attacks if I'm not confettied. I guess we could try. Oh, I can, nice. That just killed me through the parry, didn't it? So I guess you still take chip damage even when you parry. At least I made the sound as though I parried. Ugh, I dislike this so much. Yeah, that's how it goes with headless fat men. You gotta be really careful of them. Now, regular fat men that still have their head attached to them and everything, they are much less scary, much less problematic. It's really the headlessness that makes them extra creepy. Oh, fuck me. That is so fast compared to everything else he does. Does basically nothing. I need to confetti him. I was considering, since we had already done a pretty decent bit of damage to him, maybe we'll just do the rest of the first phase without confetti. Oh my fucking god. I thought he was done with his chain because before the last couple times he only did two to the pop. At least I don't lose my confetti on that, which makes sense given that it's attached to my sword. Rather than my body. I don't know. Man does the old invincibility into fastest overhead that also does 900% of your life. Good. Very good. I mean, this is basically my last attempt, so I better use the consumables that I have. Oh my fucking god. Fuck. Fuck me. I am dead. Never mind. That only looks 900% creepy. Oh. Oh, GG. They don't if they have bullshit like this. I don't know. If you have permanent tranquil walk of peace around you at all times with zero downside, no animations, nothing, and you have such weird attack animations and attack timings, and you build up status effects roughly 900% more than you should, that will insta-kill you the moment the bar fills up, then I think at that point you stop deserving attack or invincibility frames and you're getting back up. Ugh. See, the part that I find so irritating about that isn't just, hey, this is a really awkward enemy to fight, but we need this confetti to properly damage them. Without them, we don't do anything to them. We can't get more of this right now. Like, it literally doesn't matter if I practice against this fight. I basically cannot kill them at this point, because I've, like, failed a few too many times. And I find that incredibly irksome, because that's not how Souls games generally work. Usually it's like, hey, if you're stubborn and you're willing to, like, practice and throw yourself against an enemy, you just can keep trying and you'll eventually win, and, like, eventually you'll either learn what to do or, like, figure out a strategy or something. But not with this fucking shit. And combine that with this insane amount of awkwardness to their attack patterns and the insta-kill status effect build-up, and I think it's just a cocktail of complete bullshit. Anyway, let's throw ourselves down the bottom of this hole and see what happens if we don't grapple out halfway through. Okay, we are actually supposed to grapple. That is a bit weird. Alright then. Let's grapple on the second one, not on the first one. We already did the first one before. Actually, we have new tools since then, though, so maybe we should try the first one again. Like maybe there's something that we couldn't do before that we can now do. This looks like a place to be. No, we've been on this path before. It's the same thing, it's just connected. It seems like we're going down here. Oh, we come up from lower, I think, maybe, and then we go up to here into this cave. Neck hair mullet, that is accurate and vile. Oh yeah, aren't you one of those guys that are invincible? Not anymore, you aren't. Mate, wanna use the Mortal Blade to kill the otherwise invincible enemy? I guess not, never mind. Guess he just gets to live here forever. It's not my choice after all. Is this where we initially grappled? I think it is. So you basically just get 2 chances interconnected? Fair enough. I guess we just jump down the hole then. And that brings us back to where we were. Fair enough, alright. Let's explore this stuff then. So, these are the Ishina depths, and there's a lot of slightly annoying shit that happens here. We're gonna have a bunch of gunners standing in various places that will shoot at us while we jump around and explore. We can try to stealth kill a bunch of them to make life a little bit easier. Like this fucker here. Oh fuck. Hey, okay, never mind. It could be worse. Okay, let's see what happens if we puppeteer you. Will you shoot at your mates? Will you do that from me? Well, you get shot by your mates at least. Nice. We start a war. Well, you're gonna make my life a little bit easier by taking care of that guy, so feel free to work your magic, Mr. Gunman. Oh, I think he just expired. Or something expired at least, it sounded like. Well, he's still going. Good man. Yeah, something just died. Very good. Are you the... Oh, now he expired. Very good. Okay, you're one of those fuckers that we were fighting earlier, so now we should be good at fighting you, yeah? Oh my lord, I walked back into it. Never mind, I lied. I'm actually the worst at fighting you guys. Okay. That's not cheese at all. If you consider that cheese, you might as well consider, like, using the grappling hook or whatever cheese, which is a little bit silly because the game is literally unplayable without it. I timed something correctly for the first time in my life. It was beautiful. Maybe I just need to go on another ramble about the... Yeah, once again, the spacing fucked me. But yeah, maybe I just need to go into another ramble about the combat system in this game to be able to deal with these guys. Because that's what happened last time. That was pretty close. Alright then. Get fucked, that guy. Yeah, expiry date doesn't really mean much to a person that can just come back from the dead. Yeah, well, as far as Souls games are concerned, this game has pretty low amounts of cheese in general, since it's very light on options for you in combat. You don't have many crazy tools, crazy builds, crazy items that you can use to make your life easier. The game is pretty heavily making you play in a way that's at least similar to what the devs intend, or rather the character would be playing as well. Surprised I couldn't grapple onto this thing from the other side, that's kind of odd. I think to get up there we need to come in from the other side. I think there's a cave that we can access. Speaking of caves that we can access, now that all these gunners are dead, we'll probably go over through here, but there's another item hidden. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, so the way I usually like to deal with this room, or at least what I remember from this room, is I try to make it over to that shrine right there, and then I rest, and then I can backstab the guy up here, and then you can sneak up onto the big enemy that we just fought, like the guy with 2 health states, and he hangs around over here, and you can, maybe on this cliff or something, and you can sneak up on them and get 1 health state for free with a backstab, which is quite nice. Little side path over here. We can actually climb up here as well. I don't remember where that leads, but I think this one leads back to the cave that we were just in. Never mind, first we have a monkey. Hello, monkey. You know what, here, be a puppet. Enjoy puppet life. Hey, another monkey booze. Do you have anything specific to do, or do you just hang out? No, you just hang out, good for you. Hello there, Mr. Guardian Ape. Long time no ask. Right, let's jump up here then. Oh, actually it's not jumping, it's just climbing up here. Never mind, this is the jumpy bit. Just mindlessly press the button while I look at the other thing. 8 it off. What the fuck I say? And another prayer bead. Oh yeah, we can even turn those in, actually. Is that an item in that thing's hand? I think it is. Must have missed that while we were fucking around the first time. Either way, so what we will definitely do is we will go and rest right here. Lest we get completely screwed in a second. Having some health and stuff would be very nice, so also increase our max HP. The gun fort of Sunken Valley is commanded by the Snake Eyes, an elite force of women able to pierce distant targets with mighty flint cannons and phenomenal vision. Could do with some of that phenomenal vision. Notoriously blind cube. Grapple onto that. Weird. I thought I was just gonna be able to grapple onto that from here. Like, boom. Ow. Dumping around up there. Maybe if I come in from the other side again later. Oh, I guess we'll reset. I've also not been up there, have I? Or did we just come in from there? Maybe we did. Ow. No, we ended up on top of that thing. What's with this cave over here? Don't remember those. I'm sure it'll be relevant at some point. Stupid poison swarms. Every fucking game. Right, so, with that little side path up there out of the way. Hello.
何にやられた？
おお、ザル。首が。
Dead. D-E-D, dead. Right, so, large monkey, they said. I'm tempted to try some of these tools that we have to maybe make life a little bit easier, because we will be in trouble soon enough against these fuckers. Let's try the Mist Raven maybe if I start panicking. Right, so, hello sir. Don't mind me just passing the— oh, never mind. Imagining timing. Couldn't be me. I forgot my spear, I'm stupid. Well, roughly 8 years too late. I still don't have the skill that allows me to follow up on the spear thrusts, which is a little bit awkward. Would be very useful, I think, in this fight. Get some extra chip damage every time we do the spear thing. Ah, fuck that timing. Yeah, if I had that skill, we would do a little forward lunging attack there every time, and that would just add a little bit of HP and posture damage to the situation, which is already advantageous. Right, so, and because this was so fun, this happens. Hello. Apes together strong and that sort of thing. Oh wow, that still got me all the way like that. Not sure what to do necessarily. I never quite figured out a reasonable approach for those. I think I just play it defensively and wait for this thing to basically kill itself. The more it does that, I think the one chain of attack does pretty good for me, the more I can just kind of chip away at its health at fairly low risk. Oh fuck, I lost the thing from side. My favorite part of games is when I can actually see what's going on. Like, the visual medium is just great because of the visual part of it. I was trying to sprint flatways there and roll flatways and get out of dodge, but I literally just could not move, so I was probably stuck on something that was hidden behind the camera. And then I messed up 2 timings and we died again. Very good. Right, so this is the part that's probably actually going to take a while, as opposed to the regular Guardian Ape fight, which we actually went through pretty quickly, all things considered. It was only like 3 attempts, I think? Maybe 4. Yeah, exactly. I'm not playing games without my video. I do like the lean over backwards to see what's going on thing. I wiggle my sword at you. I fail my parry at you. Fuck. I need to not mess this up later when the other one is also here. Because I don't get many opportunities. I wonder if he actually takes extra damage if you hit the head. That'd be pretty funny. He missed me. I was gonna parry that and he would have done the follow-up and then he would have done some damage on. Oops, a bit earlier. Fuck, my timing is bad. Man impotently flailed towards giant monkey. I think his head got cut off, I'm not sure though. Maybe that's just evolution. Nature can be a bit weird sometimes. I like how he basically overstretches as well when he does the sword attack combo. Like, he kinda winds his arm back further than his body would normally be allowed to, but he obviously doesn't give a fuck because he's actually a centipede living inside of a giant ape. Okay, I should not go aggressive with that. Yeah, it's taking control of someone else's body that is possibly already dead. Is that a shot move? Never quite got the whole shot thing. I tried to parry that, but I think the angle is just off, unfortunately. I guess the C in chat for Centipede. Can you stop just being weird and, mate, take turns with your mate to attack me instead of one guy only? He stopped us potentially. Can you stop being weird? No, you can't, never mind. But can you, like, do me a favor, maybe? Like, I'm not asking you to die or anything, I'm literally just asking you to attack me. You'd think that would not be an issue. But apparently it is. For fuck's sake. I should not have gone aggressive. My bad. Imagine ever pressing the attack button. Silly man. Easily the best attempt yet. As an actually really good attempt. I see you haven't been watching for the last couple of minutes. Yes, there are in fact 2 of them now. Although one of them is apparently not as centipedean infected as the other one. Alright, thank fuck. Nice, what kind of snack did you get? I could do with a snack. Yeah, how do you feel about that, huh? Memory of the Headless Ape. The Headless Guardian Ape was a colossal beast and plagued with the power of the Undying. And we get 2 prayer beads, apparently. Can you stop flinching and twitching and being weird? Here, let's just get this over with. Fuck your centipede shit. Yeah. They killed their mate, so they were like, fuck, I'm out. We get the Bestowal Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu technique that wreathes a blade in the victim's blood, extending its reach. Cost spirit emblems to use, activated after a backstab death blow. The wolf discovered this technique upon beheading a foe with a mortal blade, forming a cursed sword from the spilled blood. Though it bears likeness to the mortal blade, it cannot kill the Undying. So you can turn someone's blood into a extended range sword, very fun. At least temporarily. Fuck you and your poor centipede, that thing just killed me multiple times. Time for enhanced attack power. At one time, the Guardian Ape shared its den with a mate, but he alone became infested while the other passed away. Now even the flowers offered in tribute to her passing have withered to dust. I deserve it, how would you know that? Like, I was just like looking around the area, hey mate, I'm just looking for a flower, and then suddenly there's a fucking ape that runs around and literally throws shit at me, in addition to just trying to kill me regularly. I take low responsibility. Well done. Broke into his house. Mate, you can't just claim an entire sector of the country as your house and then attack anyone in that fucking area. Like, oh yeah, how big is your house? Oh, have you heard of Ashina? Yes? Well, that's all me, baby. I just own this. It's my place. Oh right, that's the other method. Oh my god, I can't parry from that angle, and I couldn't change the lock on target no matter how often I press the right stick. Like, move the right stick. Hey guy, wanna maybe help me? I'm being murdered. Assassinated even. I didn't rest at the thing because I forgot that we were gonna be ambushed right away. Oh, fuck me. Well, you can't make your fucking house in a passage and then complain that people try to go through the passage. Like, that's not how that works. Like, oh yeah, let me just fucking try to set up a little shelter for myself on the highway, and then I complain that cars come through my shelter and that there's people around. Like, excuse you? First of all, whether or not I've been massacring everything in a 10-mile radius or not has nothing to do with the situation, because the ape hasn't been watching me the entire fucking time, right? So for all he knows, I'm just some random traveler trying to get from point A to point B through the fucking place that he set up inside of a connection passage. Like, excuse you? Count the fuck on. He was sitting there on the fucking wall, and he could have just sat there and kept to himself. You know? Like, I wouldn't have attacked him if he would have let me pass. Instead, he fucking comes for me. I am not the first to draw my sword in this situation. He literally drew his sword before me.
行ってしもうた。すぐそこにおったのに。
Hello, guy.
お主。
Checkmate, idiot. I don't have a backyard.
忍び殿か。
How rich do you think I am?
聞いてくだされ。それがしはついに見申した。女の僧者でござる。遠目にもわかる。美しく、だが儚い様子の。
That's not how houses work, for fuck's sake.
呼んでおるのはわしなのか、尋ねるのじゃった。つい聞き惚れておるうちに、すっと霧の奥へ去ってしもうたわ。そういえば、父上から霧深い隠し里のこと聞いたことがござった。忌まわしい里ゆえ、決して立ち入るでないと。だが、今はどうでもよい。さて、この先はなんとも濃い霧の森を、あの女僧者のもとへ行くにはどうしたものかな。ああ、霧の奥であの調べが呼んでおる。
Okay, so first off, there isn't another passage, so that's step one. Step two, if you were not a complete fucking moron, then you would understand that you don't just walk through a house to go to another house. That's not how houses work. Third, in my fucking apartment building, you can easily just go in and out on the other side if you want to, like fucking make a hole on the other side, that's fine with me, but my flat will be completely unaffected. I don't live on the fucking ground floor, my flat connects to fucking nothing. So that's not an issue at all. And finally, even if my flat did magically connect to something, and you would like to go through my flat to get to that place, you know what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't cut my head off, draw a sword, and start going for your ass. I'd just be like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead, go right ahead, that's fine. That would be a reasonable response to someone trying to go through a passage, instead of like, oh yeah, let me just fucking cut my head off and then start murdering everyone. So I feel like I am absolutely not in the wrong in any of these fucking situations right here. God damn, being shit-talked by my own chat for not my own fault at all. Where do you guys live that you go through houses into other houses that are apparently connected to the ass of the first house or something? Like, what the fuck? That sounds made up if I've ever heard anything. I want to finish one of these skill trees so we can get one of these quote-unquote ultimate techniques for the Tengu. I don't remember what you get as a reward, but we should probably do that. This costs 6, that's insanity. Let's learn this, maybe we'll get the spear follow-up thing at some point. This needs 4 plus 3 plus 2. Oh my lord. Why is everything so expensive? This will be 6 and then the skill itself, however much that will be. Actually, I kinda like the Ichimonji, so maybe we should get the Ichimonji double. This is only 3 and then however much that is, so maybe we can also go this way at some point once we have enough skills. Dragon Ninja, dude. What part of me is dragon? Tomb, in your best interest, I hope no one tries to go through your house if you think that not cutting your head off is a weird response to that. Well, me having that doesn't automatically make me fucking hostile to everything. Like, that's not a factor where you look at a guy and go like, oh yeah, he has the dragon immortality thing, clearly he's going to murder me. That does not follow. Anyway, so we have a mist-covered forest here with a bunch of cocks. These are pretty sturdy as well, actually. For some reason I remember them just killing over immediately. So, you can go down into the mist, and there's gonna be illusions attacking you all the fucking time. I don't remember exactly how the mechanics work, but I seem to remember coming back here later to explore and just leaving this shit for now. We can do a thing soon to make this area a little bit less ass. Maybe not this room specifically, but at least the majority of the area. So we should focus on that first. Hello, guy. Next to a big old golden statue.
Oh, もし御仏の道を知る者ならば仏敵を撃ってはくれまいか。仏敵だと。そうじゃ。あれはこの先のハイジにこもり。 村人たちをまやかすため幻の霧で村を閉ざしておるのじゃ。ハイジか。古い建物でな。もし扉が閉ざされていても。 2階に穴が開いているはずじゃ。
Yeah, I agree, that sounds a bit odd. Maybe in result to this being odd, we should cut our head off and start killing everything, because apparently that's a normal response to some random ass stimuli happening. Like, oh yeah, today is a little bit weird, the weather is not what the fucking radio said, so let me just cut my head off, draw my fucking sword, and start murdering people, because that's normal. Are these capons? I don't know, to me they always just kind of look like turkeys. I'd imagine they kind of taste like that as well. I mean, I guess the first part where you cut your own head off is probably the murder part, right? Like you kill someone that may or may not be in agreement with us. You guys are weird. I like that thing also landed on its ass there. From its own attack. Also, that took a lot of my HP very quickly. Hot damn. Man has the giggles. So, help him out with that. Stop giggling, mate. So, fun thing, we can't use the ninjutsu techniques on these because they don't have blood. So, we can't do the blood blade or blood cloud or whatever the fuck. Yeah, go right for the ectoplasm. Had it coming. They do, however, also not drop anything of value. I think they give a spirit emblem each or something. Not the Oasis Tutor, it's his very distant relative, the Ghost Tutor. Do I get up there again? Do I go around this way or something? We definitely have to get to the roof somehow. I don't think this is the way. I don't think we can jump far enough or anything from here. Honestly, good idea, given how fucky some of the ghosts can be sometimes. Just fight back. Go insane, get them out of your way, that sort of thing. Oh fuck, I didn't see the second wave. And I was still staggered, and then I pressed the button to recover from the stagger, and so I got fucked by the follow-up attack because I'm locked into the dodge animation. Very good. I think the way staggering works in this game is one of my least favorite bits about the combat system. So like, what happens is that if you're either knocked on your ass from a really strong attack or your guard is broken, your character like staggers backwards or just lies on the ground, and the way you recover from that is by pressing the dodge button, which makes you do a little like dodge in like the direction you're holding. But if you don't do that, you will just be stuck on the ground or stuck in that stagger for very, very long and just be killed. So you kind of have to do it. But at the same time, whenever you do it, you're still like locked into the stagger or into the dodge animation afterwards. So it's not like that just saves you for free. You just gotta like do that and then also get out of the way, if that makes sense. So like sometimes you have to press the button to recover from the stagger, but pressing the button to recover from the stagger will in turn take you so long that you get hit by the follow-up anyway, and I find that very awkward. It's kind of a weird way of doing it. I'd like to be able to just, for example, like go into a parry directly from being on the ground or whatever. Oh wow, coming out of the woodworks. Anyway, I don't think I'm supposed to run around and kill everything here. I think I'm supposed to find the path that leads me up onto the building. I don't think it's this. I don't see how this would be at all avenging the monkey. These guys seem very unrelated to monkeydom. Oh yeah, there's Satan over here. I remember this. I just like this. Let's see. I think we have one of the drunkards here, the second one in the game. The brother actually of the other one, I think. Actually a little bit of lore about them, if I recall correctly. I wonder if you can like shortcut this by jumping off the wall a little bit and being cheeky. Definitely some manner of Satan down there. Oops, I fucked up. Oh, hello there, Headless. Yeah, see how these guys just ignore me? That's what the monkey should also do. Like, if you live in a fucking well-traveled area where people just keep going through because they need to go from A to B, then you should not just on-site attack all the people. That does not make sense. Alright, let's quickly heal up. Right, so this looped all the way back over to the start of the area. Wait up. Shut up. Let's just try to go through again and pick the right path to go this time. That would be pleasant. This place is intentionally pretty confusing, so me not knowing where to go is par for the course. The way I remember it, there's some sort of place here where we can go off to a little side valley, and I think that's where we're supposed to be. And then we come back out over there, I think, and get onto the roof that way. It's probably around here somewhere on this wall. If we just follow the wall and take one of the passages through, we should be good. Like last time we went to the left there, let's go this path this time. Even has a lantern on it. Oh yeah, there's the drunkard, so we're on the right track, I think. I remember dying here a lot because I am really bad at fighting these guys. Is that a monkey up there? It is. Speaking of monkey, let's put the blood smoke ninjutsu on so we can stab the monkey and then reset aggression with the other mates if we can. That was kind of not how I planned that to go. Why did we get 2 sound effects for that every time? That's weird. It's like the game thought we were sword flashing, while also just hitting normally at the same time. I'd like to find a way to backstab one of his mates so that we can reset the fight. Oh, actually, were his mates all monkeys? Are we done with his mates? And can just focus on the guy himself? I'd be cool with that. Alright, in that case, let's see. We actually have the oil jars already equipped. Let's, however, not do the mortal blade. Let's put Ichimonji back on. Yeah, it seems like it's only him right now. Ooh, that caught me sprinting. Somewhat flatways as well. Him stomping my foot and then doing a follow-up attack is actually like a very fittingly cheeky sort of attack. Man fight's dirty. I am horrible at timing this. I can't quite see where I am. That caught me trying to sprint backwards, which was the only way I can get out of range from there, I think. Because it has too much tracking for me to go around them in my experience, and you can't iframe through dodges pretty much at all, or through grabs pretty much at all. So I think trying to sprint away was the only option there, but because I was so close to him and the terrain was so awkward, I literally didn't get to make enough distance. Alright, does that try signal move? Okay, I'm so bad. I should take those as free posture opportunities like I did on this brother. His like counter-attack timing is so awkward. It's not as immediate as some of the other ones. I like that the first swing I miss the parry, the second one I have the timing correct, but he himself misses me against the tree there. Nice, there's some fire on the ground. Couldn't quite tell when that timing was, but... I mean, I shouldn't really be emotionally invested into that attempt anyway. I got completely rolled in the first phase. There's no way I was going to beat the entire second half without going to die, without going down. But yeah, I still hate those drunkard fights. Those guys always have my number. Something about their attack timings is just the absolute worst thing for me. It's slow, but not slow enough for me to be able to identify it correctly, sort of. Like, it's very, like, it's the absolute sour spot for when I wanna press buttons for me. Like, it's slow enough to bait me into counter-attacking, slow enough to make me think, oh, I have time to do something else, but then it catches you off guard with suddenly being a little bit faster than you might expect anyway. Like, I just can't brain with those guys. They also have a fairly varied set of attacks between the, like, the pushes, the headbutts, the stomps, all that sort of shit. So they are overall pretty rough in that regard. Let's see what this finger whistle will do. So we read that this makes, what should we call it? Animals go enrage. And like berserk. Oh, I unlocked, or I locked onto one, so only that guy got struck by it, never mind. It's for that. Let's go up here then and try it again. So they should be unable to differentiate from full right now, which might make this a little bit better for me. But is he going for the monkey? I think he is. Oh, I don't think he can get up there. Oh nice, shoot each other. Like, that attack was slightly slower than I think. That attack is also very slow. The follow-up is kind of correct timing. Like, sort of appropriate, basically. This has actually worked out pretty well, I must say. I didn't expect it to work out that well. Like, the way he sometimes resets and goes into another attack chain is so hard for me to deal with. Like, I can't quite find the reason that dictates when he can and can't do that. Try finger butthole, yeah indeed. It was actually surprisingly effective in this moment, so didn't expect that to work out as well as it did, especially after I fucked up the start. I was considered airborne there for a brief moment, which is why I got the flat waist slash. It's pretty interesting. Oh my fucking god, I literally couldn't parry that in time. That's fucked up. Yeah, my bad. Something bad at spacing in this game. See, the first one had this extra delay to it compared to the other attacks he did, and I can't see shit or go anywhere! Fuck's sake, just make the wall see-through. Do like God Hand and make your camera just go through the fucking environment so the player can see what the fuck is going on. Or don't make fights where the enemy fucking attack pattern pushes you into walls with every time you successfully deflect and parry it, for fuck's sake. That's such an annoying way to die. Like, I'm fine with fucking up the timings because that shit's hard. But like, just pushing me into a wall and saying, "Ha, you can't see XD," is like a fucking 5-year-old saying, "Lol, gotcha." Like, thanks game, love you. Fucking, my milk is empty. Time for water. God, that was annoying. Oops. I don't know why they do that either. Like, they fade a lot of the environmental things once the camera is, like, behind them, so you can actually see what's going on. But they never do that for, like, the cave walls and shit. Probably because you would be able to see out of bounds and they don't want you to do that. But fundamentally, they often create scenarios in these games where you are in super tight quarters, and a lot of people will understandably be really annoyed whenever that sort of shit happens. Because you don't really have a way of dealing with it. Like, what are you gonna do to avoid that sort of shit from happening? I don't think there's anything. So, like, I don't know. It's just awkward that that's still such a big issue for some games after they made the same game like 6 times. Okay then, Monkey Man, maybe chill for a sec. They do a lot of fucking damage with their damage swords. Nice aim there, Sekiro. Like, if he does the hand slap there, it's sort of slow. If he does the immediate, like, sword attack, it's sometimes really fast. And I actually have to manually adjust to which he does every single fucking time he parries my attacks. Which is surprisingly hard, especially for this kind of enemy that you encounter fairly early in the game as well, who does sick damage and has some gimmicks to it. Like, it's just a lot for a single enemy. Then to also be in a sort of cramped environment, or like with this up-down terrain, which also always fucks with spacing and hitboxes and shit. Like, I don't know. I think this fight is really poorly designed, basically. Like, this is legitimately one of the worst places you could be fighting a guy like this. It could technically be worse, of course, so like... If you wanted to come up with something that's even worse, you absolutely can. I like that the monkey is still shooting him. I dislike that he is not upset of the monkey, unlike the last couple times. Like, this was the first time in a while that he had switched back over to the monkey. Like, this time he didn't do any follow-up attack there, so who knows, whatever. Wait on. You're gonna go for me exclusively now? Yeah, looks like you've recovered. No, you've not recovered. Wow! The RNG god aim into immediate combo attack. Very good. Oh, I'm not. Oh, that was the grab attack. I don't think I would have gotten away from it either because I was attacking. I got lucky. Oh, and he does it again! Oh my fucking god. See, that's what I mean. He's so awkwardly unpredictable with when he can do the follow-ups, when he can go, oh, you parried me, well, I go again, or when he parries you and immediately counterattacks, or can't do that. Like, I don't know. I guess it's ultimately a patience thing, because as long as I don't ever actually attack by myself and just play it super slow and super patient, it's not that difficult to just stay alive. But I find fights like that where you just have to wait it out basically to be pretty boring. It's kind of how we dealt with the double apes earlier, it's just run the fuck away, wait for the easier parry bait attacks, and then just get your damage when you can, and you repeat that however long it takes until the fight's over. And I find that pretty, like, unengaging. So I do want to counter-attack when I successfully parry him, or I do want to actually, like, move around and do shit, rather than just sit there and wait for him to do the few things that are easy to parry. Like, if I play that super slow there at the end of the fight, that is basically free, but it's also free in a way that is, like, why even play games? It's just part boring. I know. AI, please. No, I mean, not, never mind. I think I'm just gonna... was gonna say, I think I'm just gonna kill the monkey, because I think the extra bit of distraction is not actually all that helpful. I messed up both of the times. Never mind, sorry. I should not have attacked. I should do what I said earlier, just never actually play offense. It unlocked my opponent. Nice. Love when that also becomes part of the equation. Like, what? At least that doesn't actually come with me. Doing that again. Oh, that was not the grab, fuck. I thought I was winding up for the grab because it has a very similar sort of. Oof, I am surprised that didn't kill me. Yeah, see, that's pretty similar to the tackle we did earlier, isn't it? Oh. Holy fuck, how... I couldn't parry because the fucking fire on the ground staggered me. I am slightly miffed at that one. Oh, it takes so little for it to just go completely wrong. I almost fell there. Bit of an inconvenience. I wonder if there's a faster road. I'm kind of hugging the right wall, maybe there's a more straight line. But being said, if I hug the right wall I don't get lost, so... maybe that's where it's getting a little bit slow. No, there's something else fun that I could be doing, but I guess this is the best I got. That's pretty good. Start this monkey brawl. I think it was house, huh? Weird. I guess there's an item over here. Can I not shimmy here? Only at the very end. Wow, some pallets. Maybe. I'm surprised the game is so stingy with pallets to begin with. Like, I think it's fairly low tier sort of consumable. Oh, I should have found that there. Oh, I wonder if I can even go back now. I hope I can. Yeah, that looks correct. Yep, nice, okay. Oh, he's still fighting the grounded monkeys as well, an ending shot. How do you have an angle? Look at where you're standing. I think the game is being cheeky and letting him fire through the ground. This time he actually did hit the ground. Weird. Let's get to it then. Sucks. He does that little extra step before swinging there on that horizontal one, that always catches me. I went for a counter-attack there, which was really fucking stupid. I got away with it though, because he chose to do a slow counter-attack rather than a fast one. If he did something faster, I would have did. Look at him finally not going for maximum pressure. First time in the fight. I played this fight so well. Fuck off. Goodbye. Fine socket, and hey, more health. Very fine. Right, so, and then we move on over on this side, and we loop back around, and I think it brings us back to the little pagoda with the fog tutor. Or the mist tutor or whatever, and my grappling hook symbol disappeared as I was approaching it, so we instead fall to our death. Very good. Very good, very good. I guess I moved slightly too far to the right side, and the game decided the grappling hook was not blocked. So now we're over here, and we can get onto the roof. I don't think there's anything on the very highest level. Nope. Imagine if they didn't have this random hole in here, we would never be able to defeat this guy. Oh, you look weird and squid-like, with your 2 HP bars. And a bunch of mates sitting around you. Let's get you done in. I like how he stopped before we stabbed him. He knew his death was approaching. Right, missed Noble. Please take the mist out of this place. Tyvum. Lump of grave wax. A lump of fatty wax that is formed inside the body and turned pitch black, used for occultic prosthetic tool upgrades for an advanced nature. A long-suffered illness will see the growth turn larger and blacker still. It is customary to run water over the site of an extracted growth. I'm not watering your ass. No chance. And lo, the mist is gone. We can actually explore this place a little bit. Heavy coinpurse. I think there's still enemies around. I think the Headless does definitely not despawn, and I think there's a few fuckers that just live down here anyway. In some spots, maybe? Overall, life is much better without the illusions constantly spawning. Who would have thought? Let's head back to the first area then. Let's see what's on the ground level there. Doesn't look quite like I can make that jump. So I will actually shimmy even if it's slow as fuck. Oh, there's the Headless down there. He probably aggroed onto me there for a moment. Almost fall again. I mean, we can't really fight him, can we? What do you mean, distinct fear memories? And like, you remember some vile bullshit? Because I don't think there's more vile bullshit than this guy down here. But I could also just misremembering. Misremembering, you might say. Oops. Hold on. Leave me be. It's maybe not too bad. Oh, yeah. That is definitely correct then. You are definitely thinking of some bullshit that we will get to next time. Oh right, he shoots the fear projectiles if you try to ignore him. I forgot about that. Is he the like little inky black dark tendrils that he shoots at you if you're just running away from him? Right, mate, you done it, the Buddha. Or the fake Buddha man guy dude. What? Speak up! Alright. Well, for us though, that's gonna be it for the day. I think we're gonna run over here to the bonfire, and by run I mean find a grappling spot. And then we shall call it a stream. Yeah, I mean there's a few odd bits and pieces that are pretty tough around here. Get another prayer bead, the sixth one. The centipedes will seek out a leader, often changing names out of loyalty. Centipede chiefs are known as long arms for their large talon-like weapons. We've killed 2 of those so far. I don't think there's more in the game, but I might also just be misremembering. Been having a habit of doing that. But we will see at some point. Alright, let's see if there's someone to render you onto, otherwise we'll just call it here like normal. The last couple days has been pretty low on mates to render onto. Right, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you had fun. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, and maybe not with more of this. Maybe we'll take a day off. I want to try the Dead by Daylight update and fuck around with that a bit. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a second stream today, if things work out that way. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!